Some installs, event,
keep going. I know.
Solutions,
I got it.
and more.
There you go.
There you go. They are passionate about craft beer and making sure it has the same quality as when it left the brewery, and that is only done by making sure those draft system lines are perfectly clean.
Hey, by the way, audio wasn't going out for our vocals just now. I fixed it. See, I'm paying attention now. Hi, everybody. This is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve. GovsRadio.com. You heard the music. You didn't hear us right away, but take it away with Rosie's Draft Solutions.
Okay, we're going to do that again. Check.
I'll reiterate all my intro stuff after you're done there, sir.
And
This has been screwed up so many times. It's impossible to try to fix. You see me running around trying to fix all the cameras, fix all the gear. I wish it was just us doing stuff here. Everything would go much smoother. Yes, go ahead, Steven.
all right, Rosie's Draft Solutions. They clean the lines.
They did.
No, wait, wait, there's more.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Rosie's Draft Solutions is a Long Island family-owned business that provides professional draft beer system services, line cleanings and maintenance, draft beer line system installs, event dispensing solutions, and more. They are very passionate about craft beer and making sure it has the same quality as when it left the brewery, and that is only done by making sure the draft system lines are perfectly clean. Rosie services bars, restaurants, halls, events, and all other beverage establishments, including home kegerator systems. They service the likes of W.A. Meadworks, 1940s Brewing, Blue Point, Darling, Mauritius Field, Hopwinds, and of course our buddies over at Hot Scotch Bottle Shop.
Long Island Avenue in Deer Park.
There you go. Just to name a few, you can reach Rosie's Draft Solutions at rosiesdraftsolutions@gmail.com or call them at 631-219-2075 Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And if you mention the Wort, you're going to get a nice little discount, and you might get a kiss from me, Mike, or Pete.
Oh, that's nice. I'll give him a kiss.
I know.
Thank you, Steven. The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. We're live here at Governor's Comedy Club. It's a Monday night. Fuck Monday Night Football is all the things I wanted to say. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook. And, of course, you can give us a call anytime tonight, 516-465-3990, 516-465-3990. Getting back to our sponsors, Peter, take it away with Beer Maker.
Beer Maker, your at-home all-grain brewing system. Make beer on your countertop, in your man cave, whatever. Lots of different kits to choose from. Fall is on Wednesday. Make your own fucking pumpkin beer. Rim the glass if you want.
All day long.
You can rim yourself if you want. Whatever.
A lot of different styles, various IPAs, stouts. There's a porter. Fool yourself that it's still summer. Make a Mexican lager or the Kolsch.
Yeah,
the Kolsch came out terrific. Really like that.
I've been waiting to make. I have two kits.
Yeah, I know. When
and I just go in Florida and stuff. And I just have no time.
I was really waiting for Marzen.
I know.
I know. It's all right.
Well, we could always do our own.
We could. That's true.
You
can make your own recipes, buy your own ingredients. It's all done over an app. It's really great. The hardest part about using it was honestly getting it on your Wi-Fi, and then it's easy as pushing a button and telling it what kit you have, pouring ingredients in the machine, and it does all the work. Almost no cleanup. All the parts are dishwasher safe.
Yep,
crazy.
A lot of fun. Really like it. Go
and
get
the beer,
one.
and the beer tastes pretty
and
damn
the
good.
The Kolsch was fantastic.
Yeah, Kolsch was good.
Enter promo code Wort.
The Wort.
The Wort.
The Wort
for 10% off either the your hardware purchase and your kits.
That's correct. Thank you very much. Beer Maker for beer making at your door. Go to beermaker.com and type in promo code The Wort. Also go to vintagebeershirtclub.com. Vintagebeershirtclub.com for your vintage beer shirt needs. Type in promo code The Wort. Same thing. And also our buddy Scott Quick over at Brewbag. They had a hell of a last few weeks over at the Good Vibes up in Omegang, that big festival that happened up there. He had his own booth, people playing, lots of Instagram, visuals. So over on the Brewbag, go ahead and check out for your 10% off. Go to brewbag.com and type in The Wort, W-O-R-T.
I've seen...
My kids were playing with it yesterday.
Within a week, I've seen 2 breweries with it here on the island.
Yes. I took a picture of one of them.
Dubco has one.
Do they?
Definitely.
That's
custom,
awesome.
obviously.
It's a custom.
Yeah.
And
full wrap. That's cool.
And great sub.
Oh, yeah. Well, why not? I mean, they have a million other things. Might as well introduce something new. All right,
and also
Brewers
Harbor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brewbag.
Oh, my bad.
Come on, man.
Just didn't want to forget Brewers
You
Harbor.
left them holding the bag. You left them holding the bag.
Andrew's the best over at Brewers Hardware. Go to brewershardware.com. Promo code The Wort for 10% your Brewers Hardware order for your large or small capacity needs. Go to brewershardware.com And, of course, big shout-outs to our buddies over at Hopscotch, Mark. And an easy shout-out to the Long Island Beer Club, who has been big supporters of us over the last few months. So thanks very much, guys. Steph came down to AC Beer Fest, and some of the guys, we had a lot of fun with them, so really appreciate it. But tonight, we are live here with Luke and Brendan from Bright Eye Beer Company out in Long Beach. And I say out like it's not out east. It's more in towards the cities. But it's out from here, right? Or it's south? Lots more south.
It's somewhere
really
not in
south.
Levittown on Division Avenue.
Pretty much like in the Bay.
By FYI, I did pass 4th grade Long Island geography.
No, you didn't.
No, I
You
didn't.
liar.
Right,
It's a fish.
I really am
All right,
not.
Draw a fish.
Let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah.
Which one of you guys is the good looking one? All right.
I'll put them both on. Well, he's the only one that can say who wants a mustache ride.
Oh,
And actually
my.
mean it.
It's very Burt Reynolds, and I like it.
Yeah. Little Turd Ferguson going on.
Turd Ferguson.
R.I.P. Norm.
Rest in peace, Norm McDonald.
Yeah, buddy.
Jesus.
Too soon.
Gentlemen, thanks a lot for stopping by, man. Really appreciate it coming in and hanging with us for tonight. Been trying to get you on for a little while since you guys opened, but I know you've been busy. So we want to hear everything there is to know about the brewery. Give us a little background of the history of how this all got started. And, along the way, just bring us up to date, any improvements that were made. And then, of course, where we're at today.
Cool.
I think you know the history a little more.
Yeah, I guess it starts kind of with our relationship with Steve over here.
Oh.
We
Relax.
a bunch of us, three of us, 3 of the 4 of us that work full time at Bright Eye all worked at Hennigan's in Point Lookout. That's our family restaurant, Irish pub.
And if you haven't gone, you should go because the food is fantastic and the beer selection is just as good.
Nice plug, Steve. Thank you. But yeah, we
It's
got
the
a
truth.
sweet,
I speak the truth.
Introduction to the Long Island beer scene through Hennigan's there. Where I was lucky enough to be able to buy Long Island craft beer kegs and get introduced to a ton of brewers here on the island. So that's kind of how it started. We always thought it was going to be some kind of part of the restaurant, this beer business. We thought it was going to be like a brew pub where we'd be serving our beers with a small brew system there. And we looked into that, and that was kind of how we thought we were going to get our brewing license and get going.
And what made you go in this? Go in as
Everybody
a
said no.
yeah.
The town,
Yeah, my uncle wasn't. I don't know if he wanted to give up the valuable tables in the back either.
Every seat is worth something.
No,
It's hard.
He was super supportive through the whole thing, but the biggest thing actually we ran into there in Point Lookout was that we're on a septic system.
That'll do it.
Yeah, we looked into hauling away our wastewater and stuff.
Good
like
Lord.
That. So we finally got to the point where we knew we had to be on sewers, and then we were kind of looking around, just kind of some of the more industrial towns, South Nassau, and finally kind of stumbled upon this. Our architect, who helped us build out this space, his name's Joey Gallinaro. He's awesome.
Shout out to Joe.
Joey rocks. But he helped us find this stipulation that, that you could actually brew, you can manufacture, in this small area within Long Beach where we are on Park Avenue.
Would you call it a workaround?
Yeah, no, it was.
And it's a legal workaround, so we're not really saying that like it's something,
No, it was totally like a cool thing he found, where we could brew, in this kind of retail, kind of Main Street spot, which wasn't really available, other than, other spots in town, and the nautical mile and stuff. So we were looking kind of all over, but this was one of these spaces. It was like, this is too big. It was giant. We thought about, we talked about, leasing a small portion of it, and it never really worked out. But probably like 6 months to a year, talking to this landlord and thinking, there's no chance this is happening.
Well, the place too is historical.
Yeah, it's an old.
Really? You got a historical?
It was a McClellan's. It was built in 1939, like an old 5 and dime shop.
Yeah, I had one in. I grew up in Amityville. We had a
cool.
McClellan's. It was 5 and 10.
Yeah.
Go down and get the.
So we still got one of the McClellan's, window panes on there in the front there. But it was just this really cool old big building. It was abandoned for 6 years, so it was just a big, it was a lot of work and something we never thought we were getting into, but talking with the landlord and then kind of getting the whole space a good deal, per square foot on the whole space, or what we thought was, just kind of made sense. And this whole thing that, we thought was going to be a small nano system serving beers out of Hennigan's kind of snowballed into a bigger, a microbrewery tap room, we got a 15 barrel system that we were able to squeeze in there. We thought we were going to do 5, and then kind of we're like, all right, we got the space. Let's commit. If we're going to do this, let's jump into it. And so it's a 15 barrel
for a new brewery. Yeah, that 15 barrels is a relatively large system.
Yeah. So
for sure.
We got a 15 barrel.
Yep. And 3 5s.
And 3 5s. So
Okay.
Yeah. So
moving forward very quickly.
Yeah. So it all kind of snowballed, but started at Hennigan's. That's kind of the history of it. And we moved into Long Beach, and so we had to kind of think of a local name that wasn't really Point Lookout. Originally it was going to be Point Lookout Brewing in Point Lookout. And then we're like, we're in Long Beach. Oh man, we love this town. We grew up going to school in Long Beach and knew a lot of people down there, so we loved the town. But we're like, we're not about to go in there with Point Lookout Brewing.
They would definitely throw you out.
Yeah. So we just thought of something that had a local theme to it. We loved that old store, so we're kicking around different names. But eventually got to this Bright Eye. Bright Eye was an old fish company that was down in Point Lookout. It's called the Bright Eye Fish Co. Started by the Doxey family. They're pretty famous for Doxey's clams and out in Islip. They're kind of like a big Long Island fishing family. But they had this spot in Point Lookout on the Bayside called Bright Eye Fish Co. And we love that name. Bob Doxey, we got to meet with him. Molly, my girlfriend, who's our co-owner, and I went over there a bunch to have some coffee with Pat and Bob. They're awesome, old couple in Point Lookout that know everything about Point Lookout's history, and they kind of told us about the name, this Bright Eye Fish Co., and how it was all about freshness, like that. The Bright Eye, if you were in a fish market and you saw a nice bright clear eye on a fish, that meant it was fresh. If it was blurry and if it was
hazy, it had like that haze over it. Yeah.
That was before haze was.
Yeah. Now you call that people like losing their minds.
What? You got a New England fish? What is that?
New England hazy.
New England
trout.
Salmon roe is the new hot new adjunct in hazy IPAs.
Oh,
that's crazy.
But we love that. It was just like a kind of their definition of fresh was Bright Eye, and we're like, oh, we like that. Fresh beer. That's what we're trying to do.
That translates.
Is serve fresh beer to Long Beach, and we just kind of like the name, dug the name. So that's
very cool.
Where the name came from.
So you guys obviously you came into this spot in Long Beach, great spot for the town. How was it received when you guys first moved in there?
Pretty well. We were nervous.
Brendan is laughing over there for some reason. He's got a little snicker going on.
I mean, we ran out of beer in about 2 weekends.
So I think they took it well.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice reception, I'd say.
Really quick, Hudson River Brewery is checking in, saying what's going on, guys. A couple of people, but I can't read sideways. I have the phone sideways, and there's 3 other people in there saying hi. So they're coming in and out, and we got a Hudson River coming on soon, right?
Yes.
A couple of weeks. That'd be fun. Get them in.
2 shows.
2 shows. 2 shows from now. Nice. What's going on, Huts? Can I call him that? What's up, Huts? What do you call your dog for short?
Hudsy.
Hutsy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I'm not going to call him the Hut. What's up, the Hutsy?
That's what I call my fucking dog.
I know.
But the thing is, your dog is an idiot, so.
He is.
He deserves the
He got into a
Hutsy.
fight with Joe's dog.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's good time.
He's an asshole.
No, I have to say, Hazel's an angel.
And Hudson is very much not.
I mean, the town had to see something coming. I mean, this was an explosion on Long Island, right? People are getting to the point where there's definitely, enough breweries in the small areas, and Long Beach was just ripe for it, just because of its high traffic area, its seasonal tourism, that kind of stuff. They saw it coming. They knew in that area was perfect. There was no prevention. No one tried to stop you at that point.
No, yeah, the city was actually awesome
Yeah.
with that. They saw we did have to present to the zoning board. The city was freaking out, ready for all these, objections and.
I hate the smell of that stuff.
But
By the way, that was Brendan's mom.
Meanwhile, his dad's ordering candles in the scent of freshly brewed beer.
I smell it in the house all day.
By the way, do we have sound on that?
It was.
It was good. All right, because I had to flip around the thing to get sound. I'm all over the place.
But yeah, they were great. The city,
Yeah.
we got nothing but good things to say about them. In terms of accepting us, they kind of had a unanimous approval from the get go from the city of Long Beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Cool.
They saw it, they saw what was going on in Long Island, all across the U.S., and we appreciate all the guys.
Don't wanna miss
who
out on that
went-
tax
who went
revenue
before
either.
us.
Oh yeah.
Now, for me, sometimes towns can be really great. State is usually really good. What about like Public Works? You're on sewers, right?
Yeah. So
How are they with you?
we spoke with them and kind of told them what we were doing, in terms of wastewater, prevention and stuff. And that is, the wastewater treatment plant is, through the city of Long Beach. So
Right.
they were pretty receptive to
Oh,
what
that's
we had
good.
to say, and
That's good.
and they said they'd be willing to work with us, test all our.
That's great.
So.
Yeah, not everyone is that, understanding. They're like, what are you
No.
going to do to my shit?
Yeah.
And is it the sewers going to get fucked up?
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. I mean, I'm always skeptical at towns like that on Long Island. I know, Patchogue accepting, Riverhead accepting. Long Beach just seems so tight knit that they don't want, too many variables going on at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was when we saw you guys were open, I'm like, oh, I hope they got that right spot. It's got to be awesome, right? I mean, how was opening weekend? What was that all like? When did it actually open? And
Yeah, so we opened February 2020, so
Good time.
everybody chuckles
Yeah.
when we tell them that.
I went. It was like the second day. I walked in. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm like, there's no shot of me getting to the fucking bar. I'm gonna stand here for an hour. I will come back.
Steve.
I will come back. And
Yeah,
I
it was good.
actually did the.
Yeah.
Where's Luke? Where's Luke?
No, it was crazy. The first couple, the first weekend was nuts. And we were all like, what the heck is going on? This isn't what we pictured. Like it was great. Like we were,
Hey, we're open.
Really
There's like
excited.
3-4 people coming in. Yay!
hey,
but
Line
no,
down the block. Everybody's getting COVID tested.
Yeah, but that was cool. It was crazy. Like it was just like a crazy 2-3 weekends, and then the shutdown. So that's
that's
quite a weird.
How
Were
did you?
were you able to do anything, like to-go sales?
Yeah,
or-
we just cranked our crowler machines.
There you go.
And,
Yeah, I'd say the three of them, like
yeah.
8 hours a day, were filling crowlers, running them out to cars. So it was like a full-time job, and we didn't even. It took us a long time to get like caught back up to offering like 8 beers, because anytime we'd put out a batch of something, people would just order, by the hundreds crowlers of this.
Right.
That's pretty much because you won't do a 10% double IPA.
Well, that's it.
I mean, Cheese is really upset with you.
Speaking of cheese,
He's checking in. That's why I'm saying this.
I'm sitting here holding it so I can read it the right side up.
Yeah.
Burn Identity on Instagram is to tell Brendan, his old buddy Cheese from Waterdale, when we will see him a 10% double ale, some high octane stuff. Oh, and beer narrator checking in, Scott from up in Massachusetts, saying what's up. He runs
That's right, fancy glasses.
every Monday night. He runs a trivia show online. Good buddy of ours, and we got new glasses. Scott got some new stuff, and Steve Rogers checking in.
And
Captain America.
I want to. Yeah. I actually would like to thank Mike Casano and Maria Casano from American Beauty Bar and Grill and American Beauty Bistro, Massapequa in Belmore. They were nice enough to
Sponsor us.
sponsor us with these nice, beautiful glasses so we can partake in the wonderful Bright Eye beer, which I still don't have in my glass.
Yes, we-
But that's neither here nor there. But yes, again, Mike and Maria, thank you so much.
Yes, thanks, Mike Maria. Guest on our show, episode 36, I believe.
Wow, that is tremendous.
I've been doing it. I've been going through like Instagram posts of people posting like
Yo,
two
Rain
villain-
Man.
two villains came on, right? Episode 62. So I know them because I've been reposting some of the episodes to other people's pages just to get people in. Like they're great dudes. Check out episode 62 where they did their thing. So that's what I like to do. I like to go out and cross network everything going on.
Okay, that
there.
was a hint. You have to open one of these beers. We all have to start drinking.
It makes things go a
They're
lot
getting
smoother.
warmer.
Yeah, I
That's all I'm
know,
gonna
I
say.
know.
And I didn't bring a. Pete brought a cooler today. But I
should
did
have.
not.
just a couple
I had an ice bucket.
Just in case
outside.
beers.
No. We'll
So
drink
start
it.
with the
We'll drink it
Kolsch?
fast enough.
Kolsch?
Kolsch, kind
Oh
yes.
Hey.
Crispy boys.
That's the new
Mazel
hot
tov.
summer style. It's my preferred summer style now.
So talk to me a little bit about that. I mean, the COVID stuff, just because we've asked it to everyone that since it's happened. you guys had to sort of pivot, right? Opening weekend, February. A month later, stuff's gone down. What was the initial reaction? What were you going to do at that point?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like we kind of felt lucky in a way, just because we weren't a restaurant and we could kind of still, just focus on brewing and cranking stuff out. We did have real inventory issues in the beginning,
Right.
where we ran out of beer and we really screwed up.
Yeah. Well, I
We were
mean,
saying, oh, that's a good problem to have. We're like, well, it's a problem.
Yeah.
We've had at least 300 people tell us that like the whole time, like good problem to have, and I'm like, I'm a brewer. That's the worst possible problem I could have. Literally.
Do you realize I'm never going home?
I've got
for the
one
day?
job.
Going nowhere. I'm sleeping on grain bags. I'm freaking washing in the hot liquor tank. You don't understand.
that's hot water, dude. You're going to burn your skin.
Oh, but it gets all the barnacles off.
The barnacles. And it's got to be some sort of plan at that point. You went through your beer.
Yeah.
You're trying to just grasp at straws at that point, trying to get all the ingredients you can.
Yeah.
What was the first kind of motion towards what you wanted to do? Was there a set plan, or was it let's just get beer out the door?
Yeah, it was just totally react. And then we were like, at first, it was like, oh, we got a little buffer here. We can build up our inventory. We thought it was going to be a few weeks to this weird.
I mean, would you want to spend that much time at home with your loved ones sober?
Stuck in the
'Cause
house?
Obviously, I did.
Yeah.
My first reaction was like, oh, cool, we can make some lagers. and then,
What a brewer reaction that is.
yeah, and then like a month later, it was like, yeah, we might have jumped the gun on this. We're still pretty much out of beer here. So.
And it's hard to tell, at that point, early on, when the horizon was going to be.
Yeah.
So you still had to think about, all right, 3-5 weeks out, if this ends, where are we going to be at? We got to be ready to reopen.
Yeah.
6 months later, you're like, we still got to, any day. And then summer came at that point. That summer that you guys were open, Long Beach, hotspot, right on Long Island. Great place to be. How was the turnout of people coming out of hiding and drinking beer?
Well, it was mostly just local. The beaches were closed. Like they weren't letting
They were only letting Long Beach citizens, so to speak, on the beach. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird time. They're closing the boardwalks down.
Were they checking IDs at the boardwalk, at the ramps?
You had to show your ID that you were
a resident.
You were a resident of Long Beach.
In hindsight, did they really need to do that? They just didn't want, I guess, the tourism in the town.
When I don't know if you saw when they did open it up.
Yeah.
It got out of hand real quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
People
real
lost their
quick.
minds.
They were like on the
All right.
news, the
So then,
crowd
yes, it
on
was
the boardwalk.
necessary.
Yeah.
That's right. They closed the boardwalk. I remember that.
That was big. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's weird
Jesus.
thinking back to all
Freaking
that.
cops were showing up. It was a to do.
But it didn't end up becoming a hotspot or an issue. So they the initial knee-jerk reaction is, all right, let's stay safe, and then let's see what happens, and then slowly but surely we can open up. So that summer was mostly locals.
Yeah. The whole first, half of that year was all locals.
Yeah.
which was great. It's like
Well,
we
it builds
wanted
your
to
audience.
Yeah, heck yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what we need. We need people to support us year round, and that's going to be the locals.
Yep.
So that was
For sure.
and they were so great. And we always said we were super lucky that we had a few weeks that we were open.
Right.
That we didn't. We were pretty grateful that we got to know some people. They got to see the space. They got to have
The initial
a
exposure,
fun,
everyone knew
couple
about it at that
weekends.
point.
Like,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been to this place. They're shut down. They just opened. Let's support them. And people were great. They really did kind of show up and support.
So when
us.
did things start to get back on track? What was that month, time of year, I guess?
So I guess July, we were open at 50% capacity. That's
Of 2020
yeah,
or of
Yeah.
2021?
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right. So it did
So
get
we were
back
open.
on
Yeah,
track
we-
pretty
I mean,
quickly. All right, good.
compared to the city, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
for sure.
we were, so there's a lot of things we were pretty grateful for throughout all this stuff. Considering our situation
Yeah.
versus people we knew, at restaurants in Manhattan, and so that was it was weird. We had to enforce mask wearing and.
Yeah,
we
how
had
was that?
limited
And food
capacity.
purchases
it sucks,
and-
dude.
Yeah.
It was the worst thing.
Oh,
ever.
It's a
when you
worst-
forget to
it
offer
is the
chips,
worst.
Like for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I'm a high school teacher, right?
Okay.
So that's what I had to do all last year, and now for 3 weeks this year, it's just enforce that. That's pretty much my number one job, is to make sure everyone's wearing a mask all the time.
Yeah.
The transition from this past summer, though, to now was even worse than last year. Last year, everyone just did it because they knew they needed to do it. Everyone was prepared. They walked in. They knew. This
Everyone's
year,
fucking tired of it.
that, and it was all summer long. Most people
Yeah.
weren't wearing a mask because you're outside and you were out at places and things got a little better. And now we're starting it all back up again. It's like, come on. That's all we do. You guys have not had that yet, right? No, businesses haven't reflected the new, not from schools or anything like that. Just schools.
I mean, I know,
Well,
and
in
hospitals
Manhattan.
and
some in Manhattan, yes.
in Manhattan, yes.
Yeah.
But not out here.
I was talking with
Check vaccine
I was
cards.
talking with a bartender that works in Manhattan at a pretty popular bar, and he said, "Yeah, we went back to partitions because they saw a fall off, and they're like, why are people not coming?" So they actually put it out. They're like, we've noticed less people are coming. Is there a reason? And everybody's like, "Yeah, we're afraid of catching freaking COVID because everybody's standing next to me." So they went right back to the partitions.
Weird.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever keeps your business open. At that point, you're probably going to
exactly.
get more people with the partitions than without them. So you make the business decision to do what you got to do. So this past year, this past summer, definitely a bigger change even from that past year. What were the newest things that you're noticing? More people, out of towners, stuff like that?
Yeah, the beach is open, and us not having to, we could serve people at the bar, and so that was the hardest thing. It's like, we would kind of have like a wait list last year because we could only had a certain amount of seats.
Right.
And then we'd have to tell people, hey, we can't serve you a beer. You can't just stand up and have a beer. And that was
A lot of the rules went away. No, full capacity. No masks being mandatory, and food purchases. The Cuomo snacks.
Fun,
The Cuomo chips.
Oh, yes.
Cuomo chips.
For all the people checking in on Instagram, a lot of people coming in and out. The phone number here, you want to give us a call, 516-465-3990. Steve, if you would write that comment for the phone number, and then I'll just pin it so everyone coming in can see it. We're live here with Luke and Brendan from Bright Eye Brewing Company. So why not brewery? Bright Eye Brewery, what was the difference? I know probably people ask this. Why make it a beer company as opposed to brewery? We see it often.
Yeah.
Or you say like sustainable liquids.
I think there's one in Canada, right?
Yeah, there was a
Is there?
okay.
There you go. Don't want to hit with any of that copyright infringement for sure.
And Bright Eye Fish. It was Bright Eye Fish
yeah.
Company, not Bright Eye
so
Fishing
follow
Company. So we
okay.
like
That's
that.
it. All right.
Like Bob
That
was
makes
like,
sense.
That makes
it's
sense,
fine.
yeah.
I always, because I don't think we asked.
You don't know the number.
516-465-3990.
465.
Give us a call on the hotline. We're open
It
all
took me
night.
about 2 years before I knew the number too. So
I memorized the first week I started doing the show. I had to. You know how many times we did it? Also, the other one, 516-510-0515.
I ain't doing that.
I remember. Don't do that. No. That one doesn't work as much. This is the main one now. It's all 3 lines. 3 lines. All phone lines are open.
All phone lines are open.
We're giving away absolutely nothing but our voices.
when you
tonight.
go to the phones, all the phone lines are lit.
They're not.
Number 13 caller gets a pair of tickets to Rat this weekend.
Or the Tyco Monster Truck Rally at Nassau Coliseum.
Sunday.
So I mean, you guys have made a journey now. You're past mark, right? You're getting into again a season where it could be down. Did you find a lot of down season last year around this time, or is it still picking up? It's still going strong, and then supporting locals are really what's happening in the wintertime? Just because it's such a beach town. I mean, it's such a tourist place.
I would say, I think all over the island, like fall's just the best drinking weather, wherever you are.
Oh, hell yeah.
The beer's coming out, you start getting some more like malty stuff. Like fall, I think, has always been pretty good for us. Like
Marzen.
gorgeous beach
Yeah.
days.
Marzen.
Black lagers.
Marzen.
All the box.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So tomorrow I got
Please.
to transfer brown ale.
Yes.
There we go.
Happy
That's
about
Mikey's
that.
Mike's
favorite.
favorite style.
My favorite style.
We do have a Marzen in the tanks.
There we go.
Yeah. Well,
Just went from 6 to
I
midnight.
think Wednesday the pumpkin beer is going in there. I gotta be honest.
Back to midnight.
No, back to 6.
That's
Yeah, that's right. I had to think about it. I'm like,
no.
sure it's 6, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you had this big year. You guys made it through. Do you feel like that pressure's off now moving forward?
Yeah, but I feel like we got to be more creative now and kind of give reasons for people to come out. We're talking about doing some fall events and stuff. So
Nice.
We do want the fall to, and this is the time to kind of focus on the Long Beach community, get the local people in. So we're trying to figure out, different things to offer,
Yeah.
Had a ton of music acts in the past 2 months. I think on average, I mean, at least once a week. We've tried.
Right.
We've had some weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like,
Yeah.
really
nice.
brings out
Yeah.
people, and I mean,
Oh,
it's fun for us working there too.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like listening to some
I don't know
live
if
stuff?
it's Dan or Brett, but Long Beach Brewing's checking in.
Oh,
Couldn't take
yeah.
that one, right? So, Dan or Brett, if you guys there, give us a call in. They
Hi, boys.
big fans of you guys, as well as your whole like
buddies.
little
Yeah.
Nassau South Shore community, right? Between Barrier and you and
South Shore?
South Shore. Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah, I know
yeah.
you said that. But
Yep.
And the kombucha place too. I see people
Yeah, Rachel
talking a little bit
runs.
about that lately.
Oh yeah, we carry that at the brewery
Yeah,
as
we-
Oh,
well.
nice.
And
Yeah,
then
we love her new cans, and
yeah.
Rachel's super nice.
yeah.
Dan, I didn't know if it was you because you usually log in under your name, but you're under the brand name, so that's why I said. He wrote Dan. I know Dan.
Genie
All right.
boy.
What's
Danny
up,
is
Danny?
always down there.
Yeah, so back in July, actually, me and Dan got together. Well, I guess it was May when we were brewing it, but July we put out this Mexican lager, which is sadly gone now. And then we have another one here with you. We brewed a beer with Barrier, so we brewed a clear one by us. They brewed a hazy, so yeah, it's a good community down there.
Yeah. And you got a lot of, we always talk about these clusters and areas where people can go down, not just go to one brewery for the destination, but a cluster of them.
Yeah.
Either within a town or within, a few mile area. And that's a great place to go. You can hit up 3-4 breweries if Brew SA is open again. And
are.
They
They're
are.
open.
Yeah.
That would make 5.
Oh, okay.
That would make 5?
That's,
Let me tell you.
Right Eye,
that's
Long
5.
Beach, Barrier, South Shore.
Oh, so I keep forgetting
Brew
South
SA.
Shore. Yeah, Brew SA. 5 and all within 10 minutes? Not even.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Or if-
that's an
I mean,
amazing
if you
brew
want to
tour.
jump on the train, it's super easy
Oh,
too.
that's awesome.
that's what we called this beer. This
Oh
is-
yeah, 3 hops away.
Oh, I had seen that. I had
That's
seen
awesome.
that posted. Yeah.
And you guys didn't can initially, right? You guys weren't doing the initial canning thing. Obviously, not having the machinery and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, so
What was the first thing that said we need to can this?
So we had the Crowler machine from the get go. We kind of more thought of it as like a novelty thing,
Put some
sell a
miles
Crowler.
on
Meanwhile, I was
Yeah.
going to say, meanwhile, you put that thing to its paces.
Yeah.
Day one.
Yeah,
Got
we,
every penny out of that thing.
yeah, we cranked that.
What was it, October?
It would no. This was the All American.
Okay, yeah.
Oscar Blues.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
That's
So we
the,
had that
the
one.
big heavy guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's heavy as hell. It's clunky and stuff, but it did the job, and it was super reliable. We just they have a pretty cool like replacement program. So like
Oh, wow.
for a few $100, we sent it back and got like a brand new
Oh,
one.
nice.
So,
Oh, really?
yeah, which was cool.
Huh. I got to look into that one. When we were doing our beer maker brews, I actually looked into it. I'm like, $800, whatever. Get in October, it's fine. And I'm like, well, I don't think we're gonna need it. And we ended up we put them in like hand grenades, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're fine with that. But it'd be so much cooler if we could have like a label machine, an actual thing, and just hand
Like
them
a
out.
brewery.
Oh, like a brewery.
Like a brewery.
Oh, you mean like a brewery?
I mean, like a brewery.
the Wort Brewing Company.
There you go.
Hey, who is this? Oh,
Hello
boy.
there.
What's
This-
the phrase that pays?
No, this is the Word with Mike Pete and Steve GovsRadio.com. Who's on the phone? Sir. Ma'am, you have to turn down your phone.
Radio.
Radio? Hello?
radio.
Are you there?
Laptop.
Can you hear us? Ma'am?
Hello?
Yes,
There you
hi.
are.
You're on the line. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. This is the Word with Mike Pete and Steve. Who am I talking to?
Hey, Casey.
Ah, they know who this is.
Casey from Chicago.
Casey from Chicago. How are you? Are you
I'm good.
watching
How are
along?
you?
Very good. Are you watching along with us tonight on Facebook, Instagram, or govsradio.com?
The radio.com.
Nice. Govsradio.com for all your fun times here at Govs Radio. So how do you know these gentlemen at Bright Eye?
And which one is the most handsome?
Luke is my brother.
It's your brother.
All right,
your sister.
you still didn't answer that, though.
up, K-Dub?
Casey actually set up our whole lab for the most part, right? Got us
Yeah.
everything we needed.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you a scientist? Did you go to school for biology or something?
Engineer.
I'm not. I went to school for engineering.
Okay. So you still kind of know what to do, right?
Yeah.
A lot more than me. That's
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Oh,
She helped
right,
us set
right.
up all our ass.
I didn't know. I thought it was more Krolsch. All right. I'll finish
You got a nice
whatever that
blend over
mixture
there.
I just made is.
You
So,
stupid.
Casey, you're in Chicago. What are you doing out there right now? Are you still going to school, or are you out and about? Got a job?
Yeah, I work here. Yeah.
She works for the city of Chicago's water department.
Oh, so you know a lot about water.
H2O.
Why is it so wet?
Casey, what's the water profile in Chicago?
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
It is really hard water.
It's
Oh.
really so. What does the city do to soften that water to make it drinkable and usable on pots, pans, and I guess your shower stuff like
Your
that?
skin.
Your skin.
They don't.
They
Actually.
don't. So it tears your
It
Fair
is
enough.
drinkable.
it tears
Okay.
the flesh from your bones as you shower.
Is it good drinking water in Chicago or no?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Better,
I mean, you could drink it if it's hard.
better than Long Island?
I would say so. Yeah.
Well,
You know, we get our water from an aquifer, right?
yeah, it's from the ground. That means
The Lloyd.
I think is Chicago water reservoir water?
No, it comes from Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan. So does it get desalinized? I know Michigan has
that's fresh water, buddy.
no, but it has a little more salt than the normal lake does.
Okay, again, fourth
still gotta
grade, you
probably-
failed. You
That was Long Island.
It's not salty. You don't
It's
need
not
to
salty
eat
at all. All right, so they literally just pump it in straight from the lake. Okay, you have to worry about. Is there got to be some sort of process though to
take the salt
sanitization?
in
Do they
there.
remove the fish first?
Yeah, it's the fishy.
Yeah, they screen
Okay.
out all the fish.
That's good to know. Okay.
Screen it out sounds so deadly. They strain it through a cheese grater.
It's just a
Through a
cheese
meat
cloth.
grinder.
Just a cheesecloth to get rid of the fish.
It's the water itself tastes a little bit fishy, but it's okay.
But it's good. It's hard.
You ever have an oyster? You ever had an oyster? You just,
Who doesn't love walleye?
The Case has showed us some cool videos. Like she's gone on boats, like on Lake Michigan, out to the. What is that, Case? Like, what is the place you guys?
The devil's dry.
Where the water comes in, like the
Oh,
intake
like the
crib.
brackish area?
What's that?
Like a brackish area where the basically salt water meets fresh water?
It's
No,
a
so
lake.
It's just like the big, buildings out in the middle of the lake where the
Oh.
water comes in. Where we suck all the water in from the lake.
I had to get
Michael?
Steve back. I'm sorry.
Michael?
I had to
Michael?
get. Oh, look at that
What
thing.
the fuck is that?
That's a giant spider.
Right by my head.
Luke, just
Act cool, bro.
yeah,
Act cool.
Cut the video. Cut
yeah,
the video.
Thing looks
Listen,
like the fucking Cloverfield
yeah.
monster.
if you end up swinging and you turn to Spider-Man, and we know why. Appreciate your time here, Miles Morales. But
Web slinging motherfucker.
yeah, Casey, so you're out on Lake Michigan. I've never been on Lake Michigan. That's why I didn't know it didn't have as much salt. I know it's not an ocean, but is it big enough where you're going to get some waves and stuff like that? Can you surf on Lake Michigan?
Yeah, it has it. Yeah, it is definitely big enough to get waves. It gets pretty dangerous actually. Some of the boats.
Really?
So you get a lot of that lake effect snow that is just miserable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do.
She's like, yeah, I know it's coming. I know.
So we talked to a few breweries from Chicago. Open Outcry. They talk about the West Side a lot. What's your concept about the city of Chicago? Is it really as bad as people say? Is there just some bad parts, some nice parts? What are your experience over the years or months? How long have you been there?
I mean, I think it's fine if you are smart about it. They make it out to be a lot worse than it is. I think.
This weekend.
I mean,
was
working
right.
for the city, you see a lot, but
Yeah.
you just avoid places you got to avoid, and
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
Downtown area is okay. Everything's
Yeah,
cool there. Yeah.
it is.
All right. I've never been to Chicago. I want to go to Wrigley Field. Have you been there? I've been to Wrigley Field.
Yes, I have.
Wrigley Field.
I got to go to Wrigley. I've been to Fenway, and I've been down to Camden. I want to go to
been
some of
to
the
Wrigley.
old ballparks. Yeah, I've been to Wrigley.
If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
Harry Carey.
Harry Carey.
There you go. Well, Casey, do you have any questions you'd like the guys to answer before you get out of here?
I will. I called because I wanted to ask if they were what kind of yeast they were propagating these days.
Ooh, setting them up. Look at that.
I think you know that answer. We still always have the 1007, the German ale from Y East, bouncing around the brewery.
That was the Kolsch that you guys had.
Yeah.
Which was delicious. by the
Delicious.
way.
And then we kind of go back and forth with like a few plans for Cal Ale, and then go back to the 1007, restart that. Typically, we have both going, and then the hazies, like we're not getting like too many generations out of these like massive
very
dry
hard.
hop fermentation.
Yeah,
so like,
it's very hard, man.
I mean, we'll pretty much brew a hazy with whatever strain we is available that we want to try out. Like we get that from Imperial. Like they have a lot that are in stock. They'll ship it that day, and the way we kind of run our schedule, that's kind of what we need. So works out for us.
Casey, that was a hell of a pitch, and Brendan knocked it out of the park. That's for sure.
Casey, I think our definition of success is if one day we can hire Casey full time to be our lab manager.
I like that.
Bring her back to New York.
Come right in and just
making
take
it go
over.
that way.
We have someone else on the line. This is the Wort with Mike Pete and Steve GovsRadio.com. Who else is on the line with us?
Yo, this is Dan from Long Beach Brewing Company.
There he is. I knew he was going to be there.
What up, bro?
How could I not call in?
Yeah. I was going to probably get you before the show and just say, you gotta throw a quick phone call in. And then when I saw you jump in, I said, all right, you're calling.
You kidding me? These monkeys, I love these guys.
Dan, how's everything going by you? You guys been throwing beer out there left and right. Guess what I
how's that
found?
Doppelbock?
Yeah.
I gotta get
can't
that.
Wait to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Doppelbock came out awesome.
Yeah.
The collab with Dubco came out really, really amazing. Super excited about it. Been wanting to brew a Doppelbock.
That's the liquid bread, right? That's the name
Right,
of it?
yeah.
I gotta get
Let alone
that.
doing one commercially. It was just like, oh, cool. We're gonna get to do one commercially. Awesome.
Yeah.
Beers like that, you never know if it's going to sell or not.
Right.
But, it's moving really fast right now, so I'm happy about that.
Did you bring
some guys have it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you bring some over to some guys?
Some guys does have it.
Nice.
There we go.
We'll be there tomorrow. I also found some Shipwreck Black, which was I
there
was
we
very
go.
excited for. Oh,
Nice.
Casey left us. Thanks,
tis the
Casey, for
season.
calling in, by the way. Yeah, I just can you step on him and stop with the freaking
Where
spider?
is he now?
He's gone. Just step on the thing.
Shipwrecks Black is
Yeah.
Molly's, our co-owners. It's her favorite Long Island
It is.
beer.
It is so
Really?
delicious.
Yeah.
So delicious. I found me a 4-pack, Dan.
I don't want
I
to
was
alarm
excited.
you, Dan, but there's a spider that bears a strong resemblance to the Cloverfield monster. He's
Steve's freaking out right now. It's behind it.
not the only one.
My bed. I'm
They're
going to
all
take him
freaking out
home.
there.
He's going to kill me in my sleep.
He'll be in your cooler. You go to reach into the cooler.
Yeah, and I'll get bitten,
Yeah.
and I'll be,
Yeah. Well,
dead.
it'll be the just did
Because I have an anaphylactic reaction.
to spider bites from Long Island. Oh,
Sure.
man.
Well, that looks like a
we
brown
wanna just name
recluse,
him?
and I don't like them.
Do we want to just call him Boris? Or
I actually I was gonna call him Phineas.
Yes, Dan, you
Spider bite.
you ended up
Boris spider.
doing
No,
pretty
I don't wanna-
much
I don't wanna know.
what we thought you'd
Fuck
do,
him.
and that's just blast through all these things that the town was throwing at you. What's the current status? Where are you guys at now with the brewery?
Current status is status quo. We are, we have new representation. We had a lawyer. We had to move on from the lawyer we had because he literally wasn't doing anything that he hadn't done a year ago. So it was just kind of sitting still and nothing was happening, and we were being told things were happening. Anyways, that's a whole long story. We found a good lawyer. We got a new guy, and he seems very, very optimistic about what he's being told from down
Okay.
about what we have to do to get open.
Good.
Awesome.
So we're
Which
we're
is
hoping
basically
that we hear
move.
something in
Yeah.
the next, we're hoping that we hear something in the next few weeks.
That's great.
all right?
Yeah.
That's how close
Alyssa's
it
been
is, so
rocking
we'll
it, huh,
see.
Dan?
Yeah.
I saw a couple posts about Alyssa serving in the tap room. She seems great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. We hired somebody new. We have this girl Alyssa working for us. She's awesome. She's just really killing it for us. We are no longer a 3-partner brewery. We are a 2-partner brewery.
Oh.
Pat's gone.
Pat had to take a leave.
Okay.
life took different changes for him. He needed to move on, so we.
Yeah, he went to Hollywood. He's going to be famous for
I was
saving.
actually going to ask, has he saved any planes recently?
Yeah, he's totally gone into the Air Force. He's in now Space Force. I guarantee
He's
it.
Space Force.
They brought him straight into Space Force.
He's going to be the first astronaut to join.
Well, you saw that they just sent a fully manned commercial airline to space with 4 people that none of them are astronauts.
4 amateurs.
4
Yeah.
amateurs. So Pat, I think, would qualify more than any one of those guys on there. And if I was him,
We
I'd
hope
put
he
my
does,
hat in the ring.
and we wish him well.
Yeah.
Just, things got a little tough for us all, and we needed to make some changes. So,
It happens.
We wished him success, and
Yeah.
we moved along. That's where Alyssa came in, and she's been killing it for us. And she's been I like to call her our little good luck charm. She's the best.
She's a horseshoe. We love it.
She's definitely been really good for our company. So we're
Nice.
really happy about
We had a
it.
fun.
Now, this
we had a
question-
fun party with them.
Oh, yeah?
Too much.
The fish are biting release party. That was the Mexican lager. We had
Ah,
fun with all
that's
them.
why it's all gone.
That's yes, and that's why dinner is done for us.
That
Good
beer
job,
came out
boys.
Really nice.
Yeah, for sure. Dan, so you guys, and I'm going to pose this question to both of you because you're in a very close proximity to each other. You have 2 totally different towns to deal with. What is the commonality, though, between your brewery and Bright Eye?
Well, we have a lot of the same people that will definitely frequent both spots. I mean,
For
you
sure.
know, we know a lot of the same people in town. Everybody's like pro us doing stuff and having more places to hang out. So I think it's going to be good, man.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I know Barry is only 3 stops away, but we're only 2.
Looks like we got another beer to make.
Yeah.
Two hops away.
2 hops away.
By the way,
2 hops away.
do we need to
Exactly.
do we need to put together? We got to storm the Capitol to make sure everything goes through and you guys open up the tasting room.
No,
do we
I-
have to do that shit?
They
Because
heard
we'll
me.
do it.
They heard me
Well,
rant and rave. They don't want me to come there with the
No.
bullhorn.
No, they
and start
do not.
Screaming.
What we're hoping for is that they that we won't need a hearing date where we'll have to speak.
Yeah.
There's a good chance they might go the other way and just rescind their original decisions if we just give them what
That'd be
what
great.
they are asking. So we'll
Envelopes of cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. There's just some codes that they want us to follow. We might have to have valet parking and things like that. But
Really?
You'd be the fanciest
Yeah,
brewery out there, Dan.
Yeah.
listen, they're concerned. They're concerned about the traffic flow on our block.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There
I
tends
got
to be-
some traffic flow for them.
Yeah. I mean,
There tends to be a lot of drag racing.
in
on our
one
block.
point, I do get it. I understand what they're fearful of, but at another point, it's just normal traffic. What about the person that's just stopping at the deli or something like that? I mean, you're going to stop them
Exactly.
too? It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. Another thing is a winery's opening up across the street from us.
No way.
Get out of here.
Tasting room.
I mean, it
Winery.
makes sense with all a lot of the vineyards that are.
Oh, no, it's
that are down
Delvino
there.
South.
So I know earlier you guys were saying that there's so many different places to frequent, but there's also going to be a winery now too.
In
And,
Long Beach. Are there vineyards there?
In Oceanside. They're shipping all their grapes in, and they're making some amazing product.
Sweet. Really?
What's it
Really
called?
awesome product.
Yeah.
It's called Concealed Wines.
Your phone broke up. What's the what was the brand? Do you have a name for it?
Yeah, the name of the company is called Insieme Wines.
Insiema?
Yeah, which in Italian means together.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sweet.
That's nice.
Together wines.
Now-
Really putting out some fantastic wines.
What did they
over there.
take over? Because there was a bunch of car dealerships or shops across the street. Which building?
There's a CrossFit place there called Jetty CrossFit, and
Okay.
they took over that building.
Ah, it took over CrossFit. So they're not actually, actually, it's a production space. It's just more of a tasting space.
No, it's a production and tasting space.
So what they're actually going to
They're
do the
buying.
fermenting there?
They're buying grapes, crushing them on site, and then
They're
fermenting.
crushing them on site. Yeah, they just had a huge truckload of Sauvignon Blanc delivered. I think yesterday or on Saturday, and they were crushing grapes. They're making wine right now.
I smell barrel program for you guys.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
we just did a really cool
Just
barrel
roll them across the
with,
street.
18th Wort Brewing Company.
Which one?
We did a barrel barrel series with 18th Wort.
Oh, 18th Ward. Okay, yeah.
A sour table. It's a sour table ale with green cardamom and pears in grappa barrels.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Well, hey now.
Yeah.
You're not Italian enough to
some guys
understand.
No. It's not enough Italian over
Isn't
here.
that like a taint?
Yeah, right. That's right.
Waffle.
Very astute.
Waffle.
Yes.
Grappa.
Oh, grappa.
Grappa.
Dan, what are you guys looking for the near future? Anything special coming out, going on?
Well, honestly, those are the two newest things. We're just going to cruise for the next few weeks because we're hoping to get some really good news. And we have a lot of beer to sell right now, so that's what we're going to get out there and do.
Nice.
Well, we're looking forward to getting the invite, Dan, to the to
brother.
the grand opening, buddy.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
We got to have you guys in. Jesus Christ.
Dan,
Of course,
Dan,
man.
Dan, it's fine. I'll show up by myself. You know, just tell me the date. You know. Just give it to me on the side, brother.
Dick move, Steve. Dick move.
What? I wasn't saying anything. Oh, Mike,
man.
what are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. Only controlling the
That's
show.
hilarious.
Dan, got to let you go. Got to get back to the
Yeah,
boys.
I was going to say, get back to the
Yeah.
Bright Eye Boys. But guys, I'll stop in and see you.
Later,
All right.
Danny boy.
Later, Dan.
Good chat.
Later, guys.
See you, Dan.
Have
bud.
fun.
Au revoir.
Later, buddy. Dan from Long Beach Brewing Company on the line. Appreciate him. And also Casey. She got in the middle of all that and bailed out, which was fine. Thank you for calling in. 516-465-3990.
can't help but
516-465-3990. The number's right there at the bottom of the screen if you want to call in and ask the guys any questions about what's going on. We'll take your call right to the air. Good, bad, or indifferent. We love all of that. So
Do you want to make a Central IPA and blend your West Coast IPA with the
Again.
East Coast?
No, don't. And you know what?
You want to make a Pacific Northwest?
a Midwest IPA.
Chicago. IPA.
Believe it or not, it wasn't half bad.
Make
with
it
that.
his style right here, Luke.
Making it right.
It was like
How
a
things happen, Luke.
half an ounce of that West Coast one right in there. I went, ooh, that's a West Coast. Before over the Kölsch, I knew it was a West Coast.
You're like, yeah.
It was delicious. And the West Coast, I love West Coast. I love hoppy, piney, really, tart and
Juicy.
soury. That will be the opposite of that. So
That's what he loves over here.
So yeah, we got to get into these beers now.
Yeah, the Kolsch.
That
We need-
Kolsch was on point.
yeah,
more of those.
more of the. Let me ask you a question.
And
Does
the
that
can is over there. What was the ABV on it?
I
didn't get
which,
to-
the
Kölsch?
He was
the
49.
Kolsch, yeah, it's typically like low fives.
There we
Okay.
go.
It ends
Hey,
up
that's good.
about
That's
5.1, 5.2. Kind of depends.
Boom.
We like
As I sipped it, I looked at Pete and I'm like, Crusher? Like in my head, I'm thinking about laying in my pool. Just like,
yeah. I mean, this whole past year with like suppliers like the Country Malt and BSG, like they've been out of so many different things that like we've made this Kolsch with, I mean, every type of Pilsner grain under the sun at this point. Like, so like some days, you're knocking out and you're like, that's pretty high Plato.
all right, well,
Yeah.
all right. This is going to be the higher end of the style, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Well, I mean, when you get the Swahili Pilsner malt, it's kind of hard to really. That's the last ditch effort, right? At that point, is the Fertile Valley and all the pills that you get from there. See, I know some history, a little bit of history,
A little bit. Just
the Crescent,
A little bit.
the land of the Crescent. So the Kölsch, break us down really quick, Brendan, of everything that's in there, without giving away too much of the secrets.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much entirely Pilsner malt. We got some carafoam in there for, a little body and help it have that, like, gorgeous head. We ferment that 1007 as cold as we can.
Nice.
And then we, the guys at Roy Farms actually put us onto, like, a new hop they started growing. It was originally called, like, ADHA 1940. Then they gave it the name Adina. It's very similar to, like, a Willamette or,
Okay.
some low alpha, just
Yep.
kind of has, like,
Smooth.
American Noble, but, I
A
think,
little more earthy.
yeah.
Like a Centennial or a Mount Hood, or that's a
More-
little more West Coast, I guess.
Yeah, like
that'd be
not
fun.
quite Centennial, really just kind of light, sort of peppery type flavor.
Oh,
but
alright, yeah.
I mean, there's a very minimal amount of hops in this anyway. We got some, to start the boil, some in the middle of the boil, and I think 5 pounds at Whirlpool.
Okay.
So it's really just keep it cold and let that like bread aroma
Yes.
just shine through. Like we've talked about if we want to dry hop it or something like that, and it's like, no, then you lose everything the Kolsch is,
Exactly.
about.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Please, sir, do not do this.
Yeah.
And for what you said, ABV is coming out of 5.1. Like Steve said, it's a easy drinking beer. Lots of that. Deliciousness, clean.
I
But
literally wanted to chug it. I'm not even joking. I took a few sips and I'm like, I'm thirsty. No, put it down. You're on camera. Don't look like an alcoholic already.
don't do it.
Again.
But you can do it.
But you can.
But you can.
But you can.
Break us down this West Coast because I'm a big fan and I'm savoring it right now.
Yeah.
There's not another one of this, is there? Is there any left?
No,
in
but
the-
we got a pale ale that's along that like
Alright,
West Coast
I
style.
love me pale ale as well.
Yeah, but that barrier collab. So, like, as I was saying, we brewed a clear one by us. They brewed a hazy, but we actually used the same like base malt. So we went for the Canada 2-row, and we used some Canada wheat as well. They, probably had a bunch of flake stuff in theirs and everything. We just kept it pretty simple.
Yeah.
Are you guys a microbrewery or a farm?
We have like the
You have the dual?
Yeah, the combined
Cool.
dual license.
Cool.
And that allows you to be very versatile, right? I mean, it really allows you to kind of
Yeah, we
Go
just
back
have
and
to
forth
do
and-
like 50 barrels of New York State farm.
Oh,
beer.
okay.
It's
We're
by-
about
I fucking
50.
just keep my eye
So
on
we got about
fucking-
50 barrels of that to do this year.
yeah.
we did
There's months left. You
Yeah.
got time.
You got some time.
You're not going to want to stop by in December.
You're not gonna.
we do some
It's all distro. It's all distro. Just
we did like a alt beer last year.
Oh.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we wanted, like, when we do it, like, we want it to be something where it's going to be pronounced. We don't want to just use New York State Pilsner and a West Coast IPA, So, like...
don't do it for the sake of doing it. Do
yeah,
it to make
exactly.
sense.
Like, when it's 50 barrels is not that much for, like, a year. So, definitely want to make something that's appealing. And it is cool, like, having the New York State, like, alt beer on the menu. Like,
Now,
Yeah,
now, are
for
you
sure.
guys carrying other breweries or wine,
We
liquor?
do want, yeah, we
You said
with
you had the
farm
kombucha
brewery,
there,
that's-
right?
That's our
Yeah,
biggest
you had the
benefit.
kombucha.
Yeah, we do the kombucha, and the biggest benefit we have from the farm brewing license is being able to sell wine in the tap room.
That's
which is,
great.
it appeals.
That's great.
And now you have a new local.
Yeah,
The-
yeah, dude, I'm
yeah.
psyched.
Well,
I'm
winery, yeah.
seriously
Yeah.
psyched.
Immediately they're like,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding. All right, we got a guy
We
right
sell
there.
a lot of like the Bridge Lane canned wine, and people.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So Sauvignon Blanc, rosé, and
Okay.
and
And it does. It provides a good place where if
Yeah,
a
it's great,
couple's
yeah.
coming, families
for
coming,
sure.
there's always options for people for
Yeah.
sure.
yep.
Especially the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little grandpa.
Well, yours are 21 and over. Mine are
Yes.
not.
Oh, that's
So-
true.
so
Yeah,
damn
never
it. You always got to think about the other people.
I
Steve.
don't. I don't.
I know.
Because they don't matter. I
It is
And cider for the dogs that
Yeah.
come in, or
anything gluten free.
anything gluten free for old
Hutsy. So I mean, the West Coast. What's the hop profile? What are we looking at? Because that's really nice and piney. That's the way I like my West Coast.
Yeah, so we have actually brew day.
And how old is it? Because when I poured it in, it was fresh.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe end of August.
Really?
End of August, about 3 weeks.
Okay.
I want to say.
Nice.
Yeah, so we got good amount of like Simcoe as the bittering charge. Then I think we used Simcoe, Citra, and Strata.
Nice.
Like Whirlpool and later additions, and then the dry hop was actually Simcoe Cryo Comet, and then the second one was Citra Cryo and Comet. So
Wow.
Comet's really giving it that like grassy kind of in
Yep.
your face
Yeah.
like dankness to like play with those other two hops, which I'm sure you guys have heard of those too. They're
Yeah.
pretty nice.
My two favorite hops are Comet and Cashmere.
Yeah. So the hazy you're drinking now is all mosaic and cashmere.
Hazy. I have not had the hazy yet. You guys have been partaking for a little while.
Because
finish it up, Rook.
God damn it.
Dude.
I'm in there. I'm too busy changing camera angles and such. So let's talk about this this hazy. This is a New England, or is this just a West Coast with a little unfiltering? What do we go with? Here?
No, I mean this we're like gearing to be the New England style. It just says hazy on the menu, but got no hot side, like hop additions. We cool it down to about 170. got a ton of flaked oats, ton of flaked wheat in there.
Of course. But of course.
Yeah, exactly.
But of course you do.
Please, sir.
And a whole lot of rice holes. And a little rice holes to top it off, sir.
Yeah.
Are you guys using traditional fresh hops? Are you going pellet? What are you guys using for?
Yeah, most of our stuff is pellets.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the shirt on. Roy, actually,
there you go.
they we got a lot of our contracts are set up through these guys, so they actually everything's pelletized like within days of it being harvested. So it's
Freeze
pretty-
dry packs sending right out to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
that's
got
pretty
to check
sweet.
This place, we were just at a wedding in Seattle. and
Oh yeah,
we
Luke
got to
just
have-
went and like pretty much selected our hops out there.
Look at
Whoa.
you.
It was it's
Were
hop
you all-
harvest time. Hands are all
Jim
green in
Crow,
the
he's all
commercial.
rolling in. He's all-
Gives new meaning to smell my fingers.
We had no idea
For
what we
sure.
were doing. Well, we tagged along our friends from Colorado. They're at Odell Brewing Company.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they invited us.
Yeah, they
Me and
sucked
Molly-
their little brewery.
Me and Molly were super lucky. They were doing their hop selection, so we were just kind of tagged along.
That's
Had
awesome.
no idea what was going on. Pretending. A lot of pretending. But
Now let me
it was
ask
a
you:
heck
was
of-
there any alcohol involved in this? Because then you just like, yeah, this is piney. You're right.
Terroir, right.
We'll take 5 pounds. 5 pounds.
Yeah, it smells like fish and grapefruits. You're right.
Yeah, they're talking
That's
about-
like Michigan.
They're talking
Steve,
about
you get mixed up.
20,000 pounds. They're like, we'll take 500.
Yeah.
It will take 5,000 pounds. Wait, did I fucking say for 5,000 pounds?
Oh, I should have done 500.
No, 500.
I mean, they last a while, right? You have a walk-in. You can
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
store
just
where you
keep
need to
right
store.
on your-
And then in the meantime, what you're doing is you're setting up your scheduling at this point, right? I mean, you know what you guys are picking, what you're selecting. It was hop harvest season for the last month or two. What are you aiming for that's a little more attractive, or, and I don't mean more attractive than what you have, but more attractive to like the regular person, the big hop that everyone wants? Did you have to really put your order in ahead of time? How does that processing work around this time of the year?
Yeah, these contracts are pretty important, to us, just to, secure, some of those best hot, like through CMG we'll get like the big three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Big
you
threes
just
and
go on
random
Looply and
varieties.
exchange and
Yeah,
hope you see something that, wait, is that price right?
Yeah, we're
Is that
afraid.
the right price?
Yeah, we're afraid of. You never know what you're getting secondhand.
Are there scammers on that?
Why are there?
Not scammers, but they might be like, oh no, yeah, these are 2020, and you get it in 2015, like, oh, we must have read that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's still mosaic.
Sorry, bro. But yeah, this is this fucking.
It's
keg.
600 pounds of Citra, but
Yeah.
it's from 2014.
Yeah. It's still got its little kick to it. A little bit.
I like how you putting the voice on, like, I mean,
Got a
yeah,
little kick. Yeah.
it's there. I mean, it's there.
It's hops.
Like, I've done it.
We
They're
hear
green.
it's like super important for the farmers too.
Yeah.
which is cool. Like they want to know. Like even small
Sure.
brewers, like there's so. Like we think we're so insignificant because we're only buying, a couple hundred pounds.
Yeah.
Like what are we to them? But there's so many of us, so it's like really important for us to say, hey, like we're interested in this, and then like that, aggregate of small breweries, they have the farms are geared with that knowledge. All right, let's plant this, for next
Do you
year.
guys, I obviously go through a contract, like you said, but do you make a bigger order than maybe with the breweries around you and then kind of share? Have you done that yet?
We haven't really. I mean, Dan uses some of the same hops we get, so like occasionally we have, our surplus of some stuff. We're like, oh, we might not be getting through this, and he's like, I need that stuff. So,
Yeah.
and
Not for nothing.
Yeah.
I know there's a little story going around that when the UPS guy shows up, he gets a little jacked. The hops disappear from barrier, and all of a sudden,
All of a
tractor
sudden,
trail comes in, and a couple of the bales fall off.
a little bit of that ish cray doesn't
many-
make it to the ish cray.
How many? What is those 44-pound? Yeah, give me that one, brother.
yeah.
It just so happens to roll onto the platform
Just so
as
happens.
he's driving away.
Just so happens.
UPS is a great place. We allow all of those things to happen. Do they come UPS? Does your shipments
It
come
depends.
like that? Yeah.
If you're getting enough, it'll come, freight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you get a pallet worth of whatever it is, especially if you're getting from the same contractor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, just dropping that off, I'd be so excited like a kid on Christmas. Just seeing
The
all that.
very first delivery you get, you're just like, You're like looking at okay, that's the Cashmere, that's the Simcoe, that's the Simcoe. Oh.
The grain comes in, you're
sleep
diving
with it,
in.
You sleep with it at night. He's a good boy.
You're diving into the grain pallet for the nut roll. You're like,
The nut
I
roll,
heard about
baby."
this. I heard about this. I
nut
want to be
roll.
part of this.
It's a hot. You gotta tell them you're not.
Oh, yeah. I like we've had one sitting at the brewery for like a while, and I was going out to CBC, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to bring this because I'll probably.
You went
want
this year?
Yeah.
Nice.
We just got back, but
It's great.
Yeah, I grabbed
I
this.
don't know how it was this year, but it's
so
such a
cool,
great
yeah.
time.
Did it feel? Have you been there before?
I have not. I've been to like the GABFs and everything.
Yeah.
This is my first CBC. So.
Did it feel all right? Did it feel like it was open and people were like a normal, almost as normal as it can be right now?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, with that many people in a convention center, like you still had to be wearing a mask, like through
Pulled it
all
down.
your seminars and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, that didn't really bother anybody. And then around Denver, it was
Yeah.
pretty standard, just
Okay.
kind of like here.
All right. Makes sense. I CBC I've never even
So great.
we are
For brewers, it's
right for brewers. For us as consumers, one of our higher end, I guess, bucket list things is to broadcast at GABF one year.
That would be sweet. Yeah.
That would be.
I swear to God, we go. I'm wearing my silver medal. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting to wear that shit again,
One
man.
day.
Dude.
Yeah.
How long did you get to wear it?
It's awesome.
I wore that fucking whole day
Yeah.
into the night. I almost slept with it, but then it was like making an indentation in my skin. I woke up, I'm like, ah! But then again, I was
Pinch-
extremely inebriated.
Did it pinch your nipple hair? I'm sure it did. Yeah, I'm sure it just.
I wasn't really wearing it around my neck.
All right.
It was more the waist.
Oh,
And
like a fanny pack. You wore a fanny pack.
kind of like
Okay.
it, like yeah. And
like
I kept asking you to kiss the metal.
Yeah.
And then they told us never come back.
Yeah.
So
And
well, on a
unfortunately,
high note. That's
Yeah.
how I say.
that restaurant does not exist anymore anyway. So you CBC, tell me a little bit about it. What was the experience? What'd you learn? What was, because I know I followed on Instagram. I was looking at all the social media. I've never been to one. So
Yeah.
what was the big takeaway from that?
I mean, it depends like what you're looking for. So you get to choose out of 30 different courses or something. So I took a couple enjoyable ones on lagers and everything that obviously all the brewers want to be in there. There's there's a few where it's also they're hour-long courses, so it's kind of pretty like broad strokes on all the topics.
Right.
Like,
you can't, it's not
a couple-
5 hours where you would really get some detail.
Exactly. So like there's some where after 55 minutes you're like, okay, I kind of knew this, and then there's other ones where you're just sitting there like glued to their PowerPoint, like ooh, So
Do they release? This sounds crazy because I've been to AES, Audio Engineers Society, at Jacob Javits Center.
Gotcha.
And
Oh,
they,
yeah.
the same
Great
thing.
one.
Oh yeah, great. They do the same thing. They have like different presentations all over the place throughout the weekend. Do they give you the PowerPoint, like a link to it or something that you can then look to
Yes,
afterwards?
I
or something?
believe so. And
Yeah,
then there
so if
were-
you missed anything, I'm just thinking like, if something popped out and you missed it, and you're like,
yeah.
been drinking all
especially
day.
now, they've been recording all the seminars.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. Yeah.
Yep,
Go
so-
back and watch it.
I remember going one year, and me and a couple other brewers from the island, we went into a safety seminar, and there was a guy from OSHA there. And this, first when you walk in, they gave you
Hard hats in the
They
brew
gave you
room?
safety goggles. We're like, oh, fucking great. We'll take these home, fucking stuff in our pockets. And the guy went on a tirade for at least 45 minutes of, and you fucking guys that wear shorts in the fucking brewery, go ahead, wait till that wart gets down in your fucking boot and the meat of your flesh. I'm like, this guy was insane. He's like, and I know you're fucking doing it. I know you're doing it. Don't act like you're shaking head. No. And we all looked at each other like, holy shit, he's right.
Who's wearing flip flops in the brew house again? Flip flops. I see it.
You know what?
Yeah, we all do it.
Yeah, one of my seminars was just about how to properly lift kegs. And that was one of those ones.
Wait, and they had the
There's
demonstration.
not a
didn't
way.
they?
It's not how to all stand up, bending over, like
Yeah.
how to like.
You gotta do it with your knees.
Yeah, use
See-
your legs. That was like.
Now, I would have hoped that at least somebody drunk enough would have ran up on the stage and just fucking wrung it over there like a cake toss.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it.
Or you get one of those things that they use for furniture, the bands that go around
Oh,
your
yeah.
arms and pick them up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is so easy. I can hold it right at my shoulders. This is what we should be doing. I'm surprised Brewers Hardware doesn't sell that yet.
Oh, shit. Here we
there
go.
you go. Give
Get them
ideas.
Wort branded.
Well, you gotta
There you
tell
go.
them that-
Wort branded keg lifters.
The start of the story was the nut roll. You got to go into.
Oh,
the
the
Oh,
nut roll.
yeah. Tell us about that nut roll.
He brought the nut roll to
It's-
CBC.
It's not too crazy, but like I'm on a flight. Like
He
now
was
I'm.
looking forward to
now-
this nut
yeah,
roll for
like-
a month,
And it's,
and we all fight over him. So he knew that. I didn't even know it was in the brewery, but I know.
but it
he
was in like a separate plastic bag. Then it's wrapper. So like I'm on this plane starving. I pull it out. It's a spicy nut roll that they just introduced. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like,
I mean it.
what? Like,
I was expecting good, like
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
all
would've
like,
been
this is gonna
angry
be
if
so
I
good.
got
just smelt up the airplane.
Excuse me, flight attendant.
Yeah.
I need some Bloody Marys. That would be
BSG's
very nice.
listening. You can discontinue that.
Please.
So obviously, it was not quite up to par of what you ate it.
Nut
I
rolls
did.
are so
Yeah, you had to.
delicious, but
At that
I would
point-
not want it spicy.
You saved it for so long, it had to be
Might as
done.
well just fucking eat it.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking to Dan before about the area, and have you guys looked into doing festivals? Have you guys been doing any like local? I don't want to say like street farmers markets kind of thing, but have you been in the local area outside of the brewery?
We do the farmers market in Malvern.
Malvern.
Yeah, it's Crossroads, like
Yep.
at Grossman's
Yep.
Farm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A
Yeah,
lot of
no,
breweries,
yeah.
lithology.
Yeah, lithology
Abari,
and Lost Farmer and us, I think, are kind of in a rotation right now.
Oh, cool.
So it's cool. It's Saturday mornings. We met a ton of good friends over there, like
Yeah.
all the different vendors. We all refer to each other as like the product we sell.
jerky.
Hey, pickle guy.
The
You said jerky, right?
Jerky.
Okay.
Jerky.
Yeah, I won't say that one then.
Jerky.
Hey, burnt wood guy with logos. And it's got to be one that everyone goes to, and you're like, oh, cool, look, there's a Long Island, and then burnt in it is the town name that I'm from. That's amazing.
How long did it take you to do that?
You must
Take
have
my money.
Yeah. They must have some sort of machine that does this. No way.
Long Beach. I'm from Long Beach.
How did he know? And there's a star approximately where I am on Long Island from Long Beach. That's amazing. I mean, those farmer markets are great because there's such local ingredients, local stuff, local vendors. Everything's there. We have one in the Lindenhurst area where I'm from, and the same thing. There'll be like a local brewery that rotates in, the food truck, and then those vendors that sell like hair things and cosmetics, and then perfume, and
And then there's always that one poor prick from Newsday.
yeah.
Oh, sign up for Newsday. You get 47 issues for free.
I did buy one, get 47 for free. The one cost $69
yes,
for the
well,
year.
yeah, you don't realize that.
No, I was drunk at a Mets game, and
What?
yeah, that's crazy. You would never think that. And I ended up doing Newsday. We had Newsday already. We had like the Sunday, Thursday package or whatever it was. This was prior to online digital copies, right? So I was like, all right, I'll do the 5 days for like a month, but I get a free Jose Reyes jersey. I got a whole Jose Reyes jersey.
Size small.
No, it's one size fits all. It's a kid's double XL.
Your daughter's been wearing it. And,
No, I still have it. I love that jersey. It's the all black Reyes jersey.
Oh, sweet.
You couldn't really find it. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
This was worth it.
It was worth the 1 month. I canceled
you
the
canceled that shit immediately.
Yeah.
immediately. They didn't ask for the jersey back, so I was glad about that. And
weren't
then,
getting it.
And then I've downgraded now to just digital only. What's the point of having paper? I know print is out, and for me, it's just a matter of getting
Telling
the
your wife fucking here.
Yeah, well, she doesn't. She sells print advertising, so that's not good. Ugh. Ugh. Those are different. Those are medical journals. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, at this point, at the news, you're going to get it as an alert on your phone, and what are you doing with that, right? You're really not going
And
to
Mike
sit there
is
and read a whole
sleeping in the
paper.
bushes tonight.
And it used to be, it used to be that the only reason why I got Sunday, Thursday was for the coupons.
Yes.
You got some great coupons in there, right?
And the comments.
And the comics. But for the most part, I mean, this is the age we live in. How have you guys adapted to that kind of like move from, putting an ad in the paper or putting something out there? Are you guys really social media heavy? Have you guys been going through? Do you have a social media rep that does all your stuff for you? What do you guys
advertise
do
in
for
the
that?
South Bay
Yes.
Gazette?
So it's
South Bay.
South Bay Gazette.
like it's all done in house. Molly, one of the owners, she runs all the social media. Think
The
she
Long
does a great
Beach
job.
branch.
So like, I mean, it's amazing that 20 years ago you couldn't just have that much access and like
To
ways
people
to like
directly.
capture people. Like now it's like
I love the name.
like people find us. So like the marketing like wasn't we haven't reached out to Newsday or anything. We're not putting out any ads. It's all kind of like word of mouth and through our social media. So
Have you guys got contacted by the summer fun book from Newsday?
Yeah.
No.
It's such a, these the same beers that you had from last time? Did the hours change? Is the phone number the same?
I think Luke takes all those calls. He gets Newsday. I think we've made beers because he told Newsday we were doing it.
Oh, by the way, I said that we're doing this and this. So
I just told the Newsday guy we're making a quad, a Belgian quad. So
get cracking.
fucking order that shit up.
Get that
It's printed at
ingredient.
Newsday. It's true. So
I mean, you got to say that when you first opened, no one came out to kind of cover the event at all or nothing like that?
Our friend Kyle did like a pretty cool video documentary on the whole thing. Yeah, we didn't. I guess there
we've
was
been like
some,
featured quite a few times in
yeah.
little articles
the
and
Newsday
stuff.
guys did
Yeah, when they do
they're
like
really
the
cool,
the couple of, they have a whole
breweries,
bunch.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen you guys
Yeah.
name in there at one point or other.
And I remember, like, I was living in California, back to Newsday here. My dad sent me the first article about when they said they were planning a brewery. So, like, the one you got,
Yeah.
like, your picture
Yeah,
sitting
it's
at the
terrible.
bar.
I hate it.
So,
I hated that one.
Yeah.
so I saw that one.
You're still
like,
catching shit for that, aren't you? You're like,
It's me
all
smiling.
right, fine. I was sitting at the bar.
So, yeah, that was pretty funny. I've been sent every Long Island beer article since, the past 7 years.
But that's how we found out we were opening, and that's how he sent his resume in through the. That's how we found it.
Brandon, where were you prior to this?
I'm from Long Island. I started brewing in Colorado at a place
Okay.
called Crazy Mountain up in just a little past Vail. Then I moved to Southern California. Worked at Laguna Beach Beer Company that had just opened. Like I was their first production hire.
Really?
I was in each place about 3.5, maybe 4 years.
Was Laguna the one? Was it a brew pub restaurant attached to it?
Yes, they have like 3 locations now.
Okay.
There was also, I think there was a Laguna Beach brewery early on that like never actually made beer in house or anything.
Okay.
You might be confusing it with
I
that.
might be. I went to one. That's why I'm asking. I went to California, did L.A., San Diego, back and forth, did Coronado, did all the
Nice.
fun spots.
Yeah.
But this was really prior to the big beer craze. But it was going on out there. So when I got out there, I'm like, what's with all this beer? What's with all these brew pubs? What's going on? It's not like this back where I'm from. So we stopped at a bunch of places, had a great time. I definitely did stop at something called Laguna.
Yeah.
I know for
It
sure.
was probably the other one. I've had like buddies of mine like send me a picture like, "Hey, I'm at your brewery," and I'm like, "No, you're not."
No. GPS
Enjoy.
that shit, it ain't it?
Yeah.
I went to Green Flesh.
Nice.
That was interesting, which was kind of cool.
Oh.
Right on the beach for dinner and watched the Flesh as the sunset. It was
Did you check out Alpine when you were down there?
Does it? I don't recall.
Okay.
This is going to be 2008, 2007, somewhere in there. So, like I said, just the kind of start of big craze out here, but it was
Yeah.
going strong already out there. So what? So you just saw the stuff going on back here on Long Island and was like,
Yeah,
got it. Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I knew, kind of knew all
Weather
along,
was
like
too
my
good
whole
out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
72 and sunny every day.
Fuck
Gross.
that.
Give me nor'easters any day.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, my whole family's from Long Island. Like I was born and raised here, so I knew that eventually I was coming back and was kind of holding out like for some perfect opportunity, and it was bright-eyed, blank slate.
West Coast.
Oh yeah. I wonder why you have such good West Coast beers. Someone learned somewhere in the West Coast.
Well, yeah, the pale ale. This is one of Luke's. the clam juice is one of Luke's old recipes. So like when I sat down, he's
Stop
like,
it.
yeah, I wanna,
I had the same reaction.
Hold on.
he's like, I want to put
The name of this
55
beer is Clam Juice?
Yeah.
That's
Terrible
the fucking...
name.
No. Nope.
Yeah.
Best name
Great
ever.
name. It's a great name.
There's no
Best
actual
name
clam
ever.
juice.
I'll give you the clam sound. Are you ready? Clam. That's what we say. I use the phrase clam juice all the time. I'm knee deep in clam juice. That's what we used to say in high school. Yeah. Yep. Knee deep in clam juice. And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I mean."
You know what I'm talking about, Grandma?
No. Don't mess with my dreams, Steven. Don't mess with them. I had this really I don't know. Maybe it's just an attraction to West Coast style beer
And clam juice.
I
and
do have
clam
to
juice.
say-
So both of which.
All these beers that are not supposed to be hazy are fucking.
I'm loving the clarity.
They're
These
beautiful.
glasses,
Oh, yeah.
these glasses
Yeah.
are great. Yeah.
They are.
It's almost like a whiskey, right? It's
mean,
got
look,
that whiskey
Once you get that
clarity.
light on it,
Yeah, those
Jesus
two
Christ.
ones, those are both, Cal ales that just dropped super nice.
Yeah, dropped like a rock. So
Yeah.
Also, again, shout out to Mike and Maria from
From American Beauty.
from American Beauty, because I feel like 10 times fancier
Yo,
than I normally do.
That's awesome.
And
you gotta hold it by the base.
The thing. Oh no, you're gonna do like a Bruzo. This is. Here you go, Joey.
it's really making up for the warmth of these beers. I
Yeah.
will say. To really counteract.
And actually,
yeah.
the temperature hasn't bothered me very much.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
It's not too
bad.
We're cruising through them pretty quickly. So
yeah.
We were doing little like every time we would do a show, I'd bring a different like couple sample glasses, ones that we had in the brewery, other ones that I had, and I'm like, we need something substantial that you could get a decent amount in.
This is great.
Get the nice aroma. You get and I just reached out to the Casanos from American Beauty, and they were more than well. I was like, what do I owe you? And they're
Yeah.
like, fucking, they got me. They're like, just make beer again. I'm like, oh, God damn you!
you can on your brand new beer maker.
Yes. And I'm just gonna drop it off to them, and they're gonna go.
When's that nerd girl?
Yeah, really.
Well, actually, I do have a little something happening on October 1st.
Let's save that for the end.
Okay.
Do you want to? I'm going to
gotta
stop the
shout out,
Instagram
I
feed
guess.
for a second because what I have to do.
Wee wees.
By people on Instagram, go over to gubsradio.com to see the full video and audio that's going on right now. I'll save that in a minute. But we have a segment that we need to do, Stephen. And
It's that time.
It's that time. So let me
that
just
time.
quickly write that. Finish up your thought about American Beauty, and I'll get back to you in a second.
Yes, and so I said, I'm looking for some. I knew they had these wonderful Tiku glasses that they use in.
Is it Tiku taco? I call it tacos.
Tiku. And I knew they had them, so I just reached out and said, "Hey, look, can I buy some from you?"
Is that Effin Beauty or is that the same?
It was
family, or-
Effin, and now it's
I love
American.
it. Yeah.
Bro,
Okay. Yeah,
he
it's
has
an
a
awesome
beer
spot.
selection
It's the best.
that beats
Very,
so
very
many
good.
places, and the
Yeah,
food is
when you
fucking
have
so good.
Hillstead Farm House.
Oh, hey.
When you have that stuff.
Yeah, Hill Farmstead.
Hill Farmstead Stead House Farm.
Yeah, among other things.
Yeah, among-
all you have to do is go on their website.
When he
you'll
has a
see-
treehouse in keg, then you know something's up. Something's up with this guy.
Yeah, he's definitely has, and again, the food is just fantastic, and they are, they are very proponents of the police department. They back the blue. They were during COVID, giving food away to first responders.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, they're really good people. They took a beating from protesters and stuff about that, but they didn't care.
Nice.
They know who protects us and who's going to save us when we need it. And my hats off to you guys. You guys do a great job.
I love their beer.
Cheers
We've
to
gone
that.
there a few
Yeah.
times.
I have this little thing that Steve's going to do here. We got a little preview of the sounder that's going to go in first. So just give me a second. I'll get that running. Steven has his own segment that he's going to go ahead and quiz you guys on. And since we've been talking about all these West Coast
You better get ready,
beers,
boys.
I think this is appropriate for this moment. So there you go.
Hey, you cool hep cats. Tonight, we a very special presentation. 3 questions with our very own Steve Pominski. Yeah. Steve's questions. 3 questions from Steve. 3 questions. Steve's questions. Go.
Skibab squilwa. All right,
Steve, take it away.
Hey, all
sir.
you cool cats and kittens.
Hey, you cool cats and kittens. I killed my husband, and you're never gonna find him.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. Gators ate him. Okay, so 3 questions. I'm going to give you 1 question at a time. You'll both answer it, and then because as the night would go always on with every brewery, and I would just throw the 3 questions out, and after the first question, they go, "What was it? What? What's the other one?" So first, and we'll start with you, Luke. What was that craft beer? What was that beer that turned you on to craft? What was that one you remember? You're like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Isn't that Bud? Isn't that Coors?
Yeah.
I got to find out about this.
It was the Sierra Nevada Pale. I know that's probably the cheap answer.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was on an
So many
Amtrak.
people.
I was on an Amtrak from college to I remember it was a weird like fall like seminar trip I was doing. But I was on an Amtrak in college, and we had some guy buying us beers because we weren't. We had some guy buying us Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and I was like, "What is it? This is delicious."
This doesn't taste like Munster Brow.
This is like
I thought I ordered a Red Dog.
it's got some fruitiness to it that I didn't know where that was coming from or what it was, but that was it for sure.
Cool. Same to me. The toasted lager back in the day.
Hey,
Hey,
Keeping
shout
it
out to
local.
the Blue Point boys.
Yep.
That I think Pete would say probably that's one of his first. Susie Randazzo, she's one of your first too, right?
Belgian beers. I don't know, like La Fin du Monde.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From Unibrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's a good one. I mean,
Oh,
the toasted lager
all
for
of those
me
were.
though was one of the
yeah,
ones
I
that
love that fucking brew.
it definitely it wasn't. I wasn't ready for it. I had it. I wasn't ready for it. When I explored further, I said, "All right, yeah. I mean, this is. I gotta spin back on this. I gotta come back to this thing and say, okay, yeah, that was good. But I know I had it early on. I just didn't appreciate it yet. I think that's on me.
And it happens.
That's not on them.
It does happen.
And then once I finally got into it deep, I was like, yeah, no. This is one of the ones that made a big difference. Same thing with Sierra Nevada.
Yeah.
Sierra Nevada was one of my first. That and Magic Hat number 9.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are-
that was an early
Those are the
favorite,
two
too.
that
A lot
did it
of
for
people
me.
Magic Hat.
That really did it for me because of it was so drinkable and you didn't get any tartness, you didn't get any acidity.
Well,
it was just like
Magic Hat
Oh.
was considered a fruit beer.
it was an
And
apricot.
it still is.
It's an apricot
Yeah.
beer. Yeah, I mean, and
So-
I was like, apricots in beer, and people were like, this is an apricot beer. I'm like, yeah, it's subtle, but it's nice, and it actually does kind of curve the taste. So, I mean, for the most part, that was
I'm
one of
surprised it's not as like you don't see it everywhere back here. I think like
It
10 years
used to
ago
be.
you couldn't go into a bar that didn't have Magic Hat.
Yeah, and
I mean,
it's fallen off.
I'd grab one if I walked into a bar that had
Yeah.
it on tap. I'd be like,
you know what
"Oh,
took its
yeah."
place? All Day IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Day IPA took its place because
Okay.
I'll go into a place and I know had Magic Hat and I'll be like, all day. Okay.
Yeah.
That and Goose Island IPA.
Well,
Yeah.
just to reiterate, Effin' Groovin' was the place that had Magic Hat on tap,
Yep.
and I went
All
there,
the
and that's
time, yeah.
all I got. When I went to Effin' Groovin', it was Monopoly Pinball on the upper shelf by the window.
Yep.
They had
And-
effing ridiculous.
I was just doing literally Magic Hat all night.
No, I did the
Pint
yeah.
after pint after pint. It
La
was
Fin du
delicious.
Monde, the Omegang Abbey,
More to
Beelzebub.
More to
Ah,
another one.
Beelzebub. I remember Beelzebub.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those.
All right.
Take it away, Steve.
Question number 2.
Ooh.
What is your favorite style?
Pale ale is my favorite style.
All right. That's easy enough.
Pilsner.
Oh,
Yeah, very brewer-like
Brewer,
answer.
yeah. I mean, it's got to be. That's what you're going to get. With
Well,
the-
recently I'm more into the Hellas, but
That was one of the most subtle douches I've ever heard. He was just like in the background, like, dude.
He was pulled back from the mic. He's like,
Get back here, dude.
that's great, though.
That wasn't even Luke. That was the spider. That's
My favorite beer.
I don't even want to see the video playback of his eyes during that one.
To be fair, that was my favorite beer Brendan's brewed so far. We did a
Yeah.
5-barrel Hellas batch, and it was awesome. It
Yeah.
was just like a light lager. I think that was the tastiest beer.
Yeah.
Now,
you go.
there we go.
Yeah, I got the sounders, so I don't have all the sounders for the, but I might put him on now. It'd be-
Ooh.
like Bush.
so douchey.
And last but not least.
Hold on, I want to go back to the Hellas for a second. I love a good Hellas.
Oh, yeah,
Now-
me too.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you. You have the Hellas on. A lot of people that come in say, "Hey, you guys got anything like a Budweiser or
Yeah,
something?"
that's
You're
the
staring that way, and then they go,
unfortunate
"What the fuck? This is delicious."
This is not Bud.
So
it's
we
so
have
good.
this dilemma in our heads. It's like, oh, that person that just wants like the lightest beer we have.
What do you have
And
that's
they
like
come up
Blue
and it's
Moon?
Are we really wasting our favorite beer on this?
Exactly.
person?
It was like
Yeah, but
we
Was
only
that-
had about
that's why-
9 kegs of this. So
that's
like
why
if
the
a group
landlord
of
at
people
the end of
came
the month
in,
wants
like,
his
what do you have
money.
that's light? Like
Yeah.
there goes a keg.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like,
Damn it.
our
Take
regular
a
Blonde
15-barrel batch next
Ale
time.
is our best selling beer.
Really?
It's like it's just our regular beer.
I was just going to, besides
I think
the
it's
next
the name
question,
sells that
I was
beer.
going to say, what is a couple of your staples? Like, what is the beer that we could go there anytime and always find it
On
tap?
rotation on the
I'd
schedule.
say regular slice. This clam juice.
the regular slice.
Yeah, it
they,
is.
Still gets me.
Here it is.
I love it.
We kind of go back and forth between like the regular slice blonde ale and the Kolsch, the from the top Kolsch. We'll always have one of those. If not, I'm probably in trouble. But, and then like the pale ales, we actually have 2 on at the moment. I just cracked the Noisy Nectar here. I really like this one.
Yes.
But
Is that what we poured, or is that
coming.
no,
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming down.
What was the one that we cracked? This was.
that's clam juice.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
So we
No,
got,
I know. I just don't have it in front of me to
the
know.
juice of the clam-
Everything has a label, but I have not read a single label yet. I'm too busy doing my
Yeah.
tech stuff.
As you should.
so we got 4 or 5 pale ales we always rotate through, 4 or 5 IPAs we always rotate through. There's nothing we really want on the menu every single time you come in. So really just kind of bounce back and forth, bring back an old style, make some tweaks to
What
it.
is that one beer that when it's not on, people are like,
Damn, where was
besides
this?
the pumpkin that we already heard about.
Right.
You guys got the hello? Is the pumpkin on?
It's probably our Crazy Pants, the creamsicle inspired.
Yeah, that's
there
it.
you go.
Everyone likes a good
Vanilla
creamsicle
bean,
beer.
Yeah.
Orange zest, just a light. But people do love that one.
So what would you say is your go-to breakfast cereal to add it to your?
Go to breakfast cereal adjunct.
Fruit Loops are my favorite. General breakfast.
Oh,
I mean, it's funny that the layman, the person that doesn't brew, that just drinks beer, has no clue what a green beer tastes like.
Yeah.
When you just take that sample, and I always did, you take your sample and then you little, oh yeah, okay, we're good. And
Run
for
our
me,
way.
depending on what it was, I'm like, all right, that's fucking Honey Smacks. That's fucking Captain Crunch. It's always that sweet, like if you had milk in it, you're like, yep, yeah, that's breakfast. And people don't realize that it is the basis.
Yeah.
That's what fucking cereal's made of.
Yep.
Grain.
Plain. Superheated and then no. Last question.
oh,
What if you go to a restaurant, you go to a bar? What is that one beer you would be looking for? Not yours, but what would be a beer that you're like, I hope they have it, I want it. And it could be any beer from anywhere.
Yeah. I'm such a nerd because I'm wearing the
You
hat
say
right
fucking
now.
Sierra Nevada. Oh, okay.
Allagash White. If it's in a bottle
Hey, there you
somewhere,
go.
I'm like, I'm pumped. I know I'm gonna have a good beer experience.
Yeah.
I'll probably root for like a local beer. If there's something good local on tap, I'd love to try like a local IPA.
Sure.
But if I see an Allagash White bottle somewhere, and I'm just pumped. I know I'm gonna be good.
Just give me that now.
You have 6 of those, right? You have 6 of those in the fridge.
You got still 6 of those, right?
Put 'em in the
Yes,
ice.
I'm going to be here for a little bit.
In the ice. Don't be a dick. I'm getting appetizers. I'm getting main course.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
I'm getting appetizers. I'm getting the main and probably a dessert.
Dessert, I need to follow up with Al. Guess what? You got some white chocolate? You got Trace Leches? What do you got?
Trace Leches.
Running around. All right.
What about you, Brandon?
Beer 5 and 6 needs to be with dessert, so just hold me back.
I would say, especially like on Long Island, I've always had like a huge love for Barrier's Green Room, their pale ale.
Ah, love a good room. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
a good one.
I've been like home visiting from California. I went to what's the place out in like Smithtown there? Tap and Barrel. Like I've been
and
there.
Barrel.
They have
Yeah, no longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had. I mean, they had.
Oh, he had a
pretty
great
crazy
selection.
taps. Like,
Yeah.
but I'd go there, and if Barrier was on there, I'd be like, I'm having 3 green rooms, and I'm getting out of here. You know,
Back
like
him up, brother.
yeah.
Back him up. Because the first one, you're going to turn around and it's gone.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, check the keg, don't be a dick, and just make sure I'm going to have a good night.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to find something else that's on my list, my to-go list. If you go to, like, have you been to Babylon?
Yeah.
And why can't I think? Not the local. What's the other one?
The Villager.
Villager. Right.
Okay.
Same concept, right? It's
Great-
one of those places
really
that
great
finds
place.
has
Yeah.
great
Really
beer
good
selection.
I'm such
They'll
a
have
Minnesota
they had Sand City
freak.
before
I gotta-
Sand City
I gotta
became
get
Sand
it.
City
Yeah.
South.
Yes.
So they
Villager
were
is
delivering from
legit.
Northport back down
Legit.
there. They were getting stuff that was kind of, I don't want to say elite, but like stuff you couldn't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
Most
their
bars did not
connections.
have that on tap.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At that time, absolutely not.
Well, at first, the local was also selling only German beers.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Yeah, they
imported- or
really
still do.
they
And
abandoned
it was
that
like-
fucking concept so fucking
I like
quick.
went there. Like, don't get me
you know
wrong.
what?
I was happy.
No,
but,
that's why I wanted to go there. I'm
you know,
like, that sounds
yeah.
fucking great.
My sister's
They
drinking a
walked
Dunkel.
away
Like,
from
what
that.
the hell am I
fucking-
doing?
Oh my god!
Yeah, they wanted to make it a beer garden when it's actually the owners of Lily Flanagan's.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So-
I
And
love,
the Villager,
I love that
no?
place.
And they are part owners, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, cut the tape. Cut the tape.
Yeah,
Like,
love the local.
no, it's an awesome space. It's a really like. I mean, it's also if you remember what was there before it.
Oh my God, it was an Irish.
It was the shit,
something
the
shamrock.
twisted shamrock.
Yep, there you go.
Was this shit fucking dive bar?
It was,
And now like the
You-
local is a beautiful space. It's a
Yeah.
really nice
I've
kitchen. They
never-
serve good food there. But like you, I saw saw an ad in fucking Newsday to bring it back to them of like German beer garden opening up in Babylon Village, serving only like German beer. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking great. Dunkels and
Dunkels all
Weizenbachs
day.
and Hefeweizens all day.
That-
Sounds great. Sign me up. Now it's all they have
have
Greenport,
everything, yeah.
brewing them a fucking IPA just for that.
which
Now-
is fine, but at
now-
the same time, I still want my Dunkel.
I still want to fucking
I want a
go there and
Dunkel.
have a Dunkel.
But meanwhile, Mary Carroll's, which has been there forever,
Yes.
and is the only bar that could stay open the latest.
By
on
the way,
strip.
the booth.
1998.
Wait,
when
the,
they opened
the
up.
booth by the window.
you got
No,
a-
I pissed. him.
I've
Nice!
I wet my pants. in
I've
that one.
vomited
You make
there.
the
I was 22.
And
I
you made
don't really
pee-pees.
remember I made peepees in that booth.
I vomited there, and I remember
I vomited it.
I
all
had the
left
same
our
booth,
mark.
and I remember
Same
like
booth.
I was same booth. We were on the my now wife and I were on a double date with my friend, and his like I think he'd been on like 2 dates with this girl. And like the look of horror on this girl's face as like
You're profusely
as I
vomiting.
projectile vomit on the table, like it's seared into my brain, and it's
That's
one of my
painful.
favorite memories.
All right, here's the fucking problem now.
Yeah. You've sat in that booth several times.
And I got
First date with your wife?
no. And somebody bet me $20 I wouldn't fucking lick the fucking table and the fucking chair.
Well, you know what? There's a little bit of
My
us
favorite
in
fucking
you.
And there's a little bit of us and a little bit of you. And you see, this is how it goes, guys.
Yeah.
It just goes down the drain real
And,
fast.
but in Long Island history, there's got to be places that we've all frequented, we've all visited, we've all been to, and have our stories. That's the great thing about Long Island. It's like such an isolated like spot that we all know what we're talking
Well,
about.
that's why now I tell everybody, just go on to Hopscotch, go on to their Instagram, go on. Every fucking day there are different beers
Yeah,
Every
that you
day.
can buy to take out or the menu where you can drink, sit, get some
Mark is up at
unbelievable
5 in the morning.
Have you guys sold to?
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah.
Yeah, Mark.
Which
Mark
place?
is a weird guy that'll just come to you. He'll show up at your brewery and be like,
I need a keg.
"What do you got?"
Yeah, I need a
I'll
keg. I
just-
need a case.
Dude,
What,
some
you know
sea
what?
creature. That was
Which place?
Oh yes, yeah, that's right. You did have Sea
Hopscotch.
Creature.
Yeah.
Hopscotch and Deer
Hopscotch. I
Park.
know.
Deer
What's
Park.
high five?
No, High Five.
Oh, I thought you just said.
No, Hopscotch Bottle Shop in
Thank you, Luke.
Deer Park.
Thank you for not leaving me hanging. Fuck you, Brandon. He says high five, and I'm like,
Luke. I would have left him hanging. Just so you know. No, it's a great spot. He goes out and he seeks out everything that's on Long Island, brings it in.
Nice.
he'll drive.
Yeah, he'll
hours.
upstate if he has to, and bring it down so people can enjoy it. He's an advocate for the entire Long Island beer scene.
Yeah.
And he does his best to try to keep that tap list rotating so everyone has a chance and everyone has their moment to kind of show and showcase what they have.
Did he used to own home brew stores or no?
No.
Okay.
I think this is his first business. You know,
Yeah.
he has a day
we-
job, and this is his passion project. And
And the food that they do like these gourmet grilled
Grilled
cheeses.
cheeses, yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think of a brew cheese as being like the gourmet grilled cheese spot, and they've been doing a lot more, by the way, Instagramming and
Yes, I've noticed
and
that.
Facebooking and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But for what Hopscotch has compared to them, they don't really have the bottle shop element. They have good
Yes.
taps. They have like 6 taps. They have a decent cooler, but at the same time, they're not centered around beer. They're centered around their food.
Yep.
This is centered around the beer, and the food on the second hand is delicious. Ryan does a great job at making
yeah.
that shit for sure.
Yeah, and the thing with them, they'll buy only so much beer.
Right.
Like they're not gonna. Oh, we're gonna buy 12 cases,
Yeah,
and then it's stuck on the shelf for
Yeah.
2-3 months, and now
for a month.
you can't get rid of it.
and it sucks.
They
And
just-
n-
And it's not fair to the brewery,
Right.
Because if you cannot sell the amount of beer, don't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets a good idea of what's going on. Majority of the times, he's tasting it before he even puts it out.
Awesome.
And a lot of times they'll do a little, hey, we're drinking this beer right now. It has these notes. They're
does
both,
those cool little videos.
Yes. Great guys. We can't speak enough about them. They always invite us there for events. We've done actually live shows there.
Sweet.
But yeah,
He's a big
those are
proponent of the local scene.
Yes.
and he always gets whatever's cool from Pennsylvania or upstate or Massachusetts or whatever. It's always good variety.
It's, what's funny is the very first
Is he open tonight?
he was. The very first Bright Eye beer I ever had was actually Bricks and Barley.
Really?
Because I had gone and I couldn't get any beer, and then I was like, my wife and I went to get something to eat over at we were in Long Beach, and we went over to Bricks, and I'm like fucking looking at beers, and I'm like, same shit. And I was like, Bright Eye, give me the Bright Eye. I haven't had it. Give it to me. And I think it was Fish Eye.
Eye to eye or
It was one of the first
Eye of the
IPAs you
Tiger?
guys did.
FOMO?
No,
Was it hazy or clear?
it was
Off the dock or eye to eye?
a
probably?
little. It might have been eye to eye.
Eye to eye. Cool.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I finally had it. Thank God. I can actually say it because, and again, when we went by. You guys were closed. So
You could sit now. You gotta text me now. Wouldn't you? All right, dude.
And here I was incognito.
tomorrow I will be knocking on the Luke.
I gotta tell you my favorite beer. And this is I'm just gonna kiss your ass a little right now, but it was a Blue Point Cast Fest. My favorite beer I had that whole day. When you're drinking delicious beers the whole time, was a beer you had, and it was a sour beer. Do you remember? It was probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
It was. I want to say it was the
an awesome-
Berliner Weiss.
Yes, yeah.
And it probably
was
was
it pink? Was it like
Yeah, it was a cranberry and something.
Yeah.
Oh, cranberry grapefruit.
Oh, dude,
sweet.
that was the most delicious beer I had that night. I drank so many. I helped you kill that cast that day, dude. It
I
was delicious.
actually
How many casts have you held over your head and yelled?
none. I swear to
You're
God.
not that guy.
My son and I would fucking stand there and watch everybody
Do
do
that?
it.
Yeah.
And the majority of them take it like this
and-
and turn it, and
It's-
the bung that's
Yep.
in there
Would spin and pour
and
on
just
people.
down the face, and they're like, ah! And
they'd own it. At
Like
least
the
they'd
nerdiest fucking Gatorade drop.
but we would finish and we would just take the cask and put it on the ground.
it's
we
done.
weren't. Yeah, look at us. We finished first.
That beer was delicious, though. That's all
Thank
I'm
you.
saying. I
Thank you.
loved that beer.
That's November this year, right? Blue Point Cast Fest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might have to go.
We're going, right?
I think so.
So I sent an email to Mike and
Well,
realized
let's
Mike's
just
not there
go-
anymore.
right, just
But
go
Mike's
hang
in
out with
Chicago.
We spoke about that though.
Yeah. Mike's in Chicago. Actually,
Right.
we have to.
He's with another brewery.
We should talk to Casey,
He's with another brewery.
we
Casey?
yeah, and she could help Mike out.
Call her back.
over in Chicago.
Mike Fisher used to be like the liaison. He used to be like the guy for Cast Fest.
Oh, so
And I became good friends with
Really,
him.
any event for Blue Point.
But then he moved. Like
Oh,
he
shit.
fucking moved to Chicago and he's with another brewery. And
Tickets are on sale.
he's hanging it.
yes, they are. And that's why I had mentioned.
Yeah. Well, we got to get in touch. I got in touch with.
Did you reach out to Shelby? Because I could reach out to Shelby.
Yeah, reach out to Shelby on top of me reaching out to the whole crew because he sent me all the email addresses.
I mean,
everybody
I know
on that.
she's already said to people, I can't get you in.
Yeah.
But I know she could steer us to the.
Yeah,
the
if
person.
we get to the person that does the event
'Cause
planning.
she's the PR person. She's the one that's doing Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So-
we'll make it work.
That would be a sweet place
I'm
to
already-
do a show or something like that.
I've had, you know how many people I've had come to me and go, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't have a brewery anymore." They're like, "You should. You should.
You got something lying around."
You should fucking do something with somebody." I'm
Yeah.
like,
have you heard of Beer Maker? We could just have a
That's a
beer maker
lot of
out on
brewing,
the-
bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of
"It's a
brewing.
lot of brewing." Right
No,
there.
everyone gets
1
a-
gallon, and you gotta.
It gets an eighth of an
1
ounce.
gallon? Is that
Eighth
what
of an
the
ounce.
Yeah, it does 1 gallon at a clip.
Yeah. It's not enough for a brewer, but it's enough to do like test pilot batches or
Yeah.
home brewing stuff. So
Definitely,
it makes
There's
sense.
there's no mess or measuring or sanitation.
the key to it is
It's-
it's when your family hates the smell of you homebrewing. this is the thing that they're like, "What are you doing there? What's going on with that? Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
And then
Be
in
there.
like 10 days, you fucking got
Ah, heck
fully carbonated beer in your refrigerator.
It's all
from a tap.
enclosed. It brews
I
into
gotta
a
say, I'll
bag.
look at
You
Yeah.
have to go when
A lot of great YouTube videos.
when they first when both of them were like, "Oh, you got to
That's
see
funny to
this
look at.
beer maker thing." I'm like, "What is that?" They're like, all in one. I'm like, "Fuck those
Yeah,
guys."
I hate
So
that.
then I watched every single video they put out, and I'm like, "Holy
This is
Jesus!"
legit.
These,
It's small
these,
batch.
Oh, sweet, but Jesus.
these
Yeah,
guys.
it's a small amount of beer, but like that's the worst thing about it. But like, if you're brewing it for yourself, then you're gonna be able to turn out different beers. Plus, it's only
There you go.
it's like the kits
I
are
don't-
like $15.
Say eat it.
yeah.
I'm just
Comes with the bag to brew it in. Comes with the grains.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It
for
does
that
not
style, all the
boil.
hops.
It pasteurizes the grain.
Huh.
So everything that you put in, so there's no
Mind blown.
There's no sanitation. There's everything that goes on, and then for about 16 hours, it will pasteurize the grist at
Bring it up to temp.
172
yeah,
degrees.
72, yeah.
Never boils. And my main thing was like,
Get the fuck out of here.
you're not boiling. How are you getting rid of fucking diacetyl? How are you getting rid? Don't give me the shit. But they actually sell droplets. You put in as you pitch your yeast, and it's dry yeast. You put a couple of drops in, and what it does, it pulls the proteins out of any diacetyl, any. Shit. There's 3 different things it'll take care of.
DMS.
So, DMS, and when we made the first beer, I was just like, for me, they didn't recognize it, but
Yeah.
I'm like, there's something.
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on it. There's something. But then when we did like the second and the third one,
We realized. Yeah.
we're like, all right, I know what this is. And right at that moment, they reached out and they were like, yeah, we give these drops out as part of the packages, and it pulls out DMS, pulls out diacetyl, and the beer it comes out fucking clear.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it's a gallon, and it comes with a dispenser, that little CO2 cartridge in it. You put it in your fridge, pour your beer.
Carbs up.
It carbs it up within 12 hours.
Nice.
I was
Yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah.
so impressed by it because, and we had them on And I asked him a whole bunch of questions. I'm like, hey, look, man, I was a home brewer forever, and you both know, the whole thing about brewing is the process.
Yeah.
The fun of
doing
the motions.
Everything to make it happen. It's the process. You spend that whole day, especially if you're home brewing, you're cracking bottles, you're doing stuff, and it's that whole process for hours. It's you and your buddies hanging out, brewing beer.
Focus on one
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you don't want to do that every weekend,
That's the thing. I don't have time
But-
for that shit. So
but
for me, it's fucking perfect.
Now that's the thing. We have so many people that are now in apartment complexes. They can't do this shit. But they can still brew their own beer by just putting this thing that it's about this big. It's like a big toaster
It's
oven.
technically countertop.
If
If you don't have any cabinets above that countertop.
No, it does fit on the cabinet.
No, it fits. It fits under an 18-inch,
What is it? Extracts of what are you using?
No,
It's
all
all
grain.
grain.
It's all grain.
Yeah.
All grain.
So when
That's what
you
I'm
get the
saying.
kit, the kit comes with whatever grain it is for that style. Comes
And
with
it's
the hops, comes with the
already
yeast.
milled.
Pre-milled. Yeah.
yeah.
So you
It's-
just
it's-
dump cut the packages open, dump them in a little basket.
You just take a spoon
And
and eat it like
comes with,
cereal.
like,
That's what I do. I ate half
Comes
the
with
grain myself.
a container
I think you
to
have the rest
measure
of
out
the
the
dough.
I know.
water.
I did. I
pretty cool.
I
It
ate the
was-
grain. I wanted to make dog biscuits out of it after the fact.
It comes
They
with a
were-
recipe to make dog biscuits.
Yeah, there is.
Great.
There's a recipe to make dog biscuits from your spent grain.
Which is just
I'm like,
They
they
thought
thought
of
Everything. Add like 2
The
cups of
valves-
peanut butter and
The valves
mix
that
it,
they use
bake it.
are dishwasher safe, so you can just take those,
Oh, sweet.
throw them in. Check it out,
Everything that you
and
have to
you're good to go.
reuse is dishwasher safe.
it's just
There's some pilot stuff on there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
And
their
you-
marketing is for it is to do for brewers to use it as piloting systems,
Yeah.
for home brewers
Yeah.
to use it as whatever they want to, because you can make up your own recipes. They'll give you an entire calculator sheet for that spreadsheet
They
that
have
allow
a,
you
a
to.
software package that you could, and it has an inventory of different grains, different types of hops, different types of yeast you're using, and you could just so easy again for the novice punch it in, and it will tell you, all right, you need a pound of churro.
and
You
it
need-
sells.
you
They
need
sell
3
all that too,
ounces
so you
of
can buy.
Carafa too.
Yeah, all the little, the pelletized hops. They sell that. They sell different
they
types
do-
of grains, different types of yeast.
What the hell they do? Not cryo.
It's not you're right. It's not cryo. It's steam.
Steam hops. That's
hops.
right.
Yeah.
Steam hops? Is that
Yeah.
like the liquid, like the...
It's pelletized, but what they do is you don't have any of the other matter besides the cone itself in
Okay.
it. So the steam hop, and the thing was they give you they give you your boil 60-minute.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is your little packet of quarter of an ounce, and you drop it in, and then they
little millimeter
can-
firm cap for you.
Yeah, bro.
No, they do. Yeah.
They can.
Everything you need.
They have all your hop additions. I did an IPA, and you could dry hop. It's really
Cool.
And it just
never
pings your
thought
phone
I
like,
would-
"Hey, time to pitch your yeast."
That's the other
Hey,
thing.
Time to dry hop your beer.
It's they have an app, and it will tell you, finish with your first rest, ramping up to 60 whatever degrees, or
and wait,
dropping.
and it'll hold temp if you're not there at the moment.
Yeah.
So if you're like away, it'll just hold temp. So
Until you get
when
there.
you get back, you could do it,
So
and it's
then
not
you
going to
open
ruin
up
the
the
beer.
machine. Pour in your pitcher
it's-
yeast.
You got to watch.
Close
when
it,
you
hit
just
a
got few
button.
minutes when you're just sitting at home.
Heck yeah.
Watch the videos,
It's
and
just-
you're gonna be like,
I'm sold. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Well, if you decide, use promo code
the word.
10% off.
We don't get any kickbacks, but we definitely got a free system that we are now rotating, like the traveling hood of sister pants or traveling sisterhood of pants. I don't know what even it's called. What it's called?
Traveling beer
Sisterhood
maker
of
sister
the
pants.
traveling pants.
Yeah.
No, it's the sisterhood of the traveling pants. Boom.
What am I drinking?
And then we all kind of
Oh.
go through this and kind of we
saw what it
brewed.
was,
Each
so
of
I
us
went back
brewed
a
a beer. I did the future. Did I do the future? Or did Amber? I did Jurassic Ale.
Yes, you did Jurassic Ale.
Yeah, and then we got a couple on deck. I
I
have
did
one at
the
home.
Squeaky Kolsch,
Yep.
and it was really fucking good.
Their recipes are good, but I think the next step for us is
They're-
going to be coming up with a recipe
Seeing
and
how-
brewing
yeah.
something for
Yeah, yeah.
ourselves.
Their stout
Oh.
actually won a homebrew medal
Yeah.
in like GABF or the World Beer Championship.
Really? Wow.
Somebody brewed it and
back
fucking
that way.
submitted it, and they won like a gold or a silver.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I
It's like it feels like cheating. It feels like complete cheating, but it's not. It's actually brewing. I mean, but you're not doing it like we're traditionally used to it. We're not sanitizing. We're not getting.
We're not storing carboys.
Yeah, we
No,
don't do
yeah.
much of that either.
No. Fuck that noise.
Cleaning? What the fuck is that?
Fuck that
Sanitize
Sandstar. We're not doing any of that. I want to give you guys an opportunity to give us the big plug for everything. We'll start with you, Luke. Give us, we'll start with Brendan because you got more of the business side. We'll start with Brendan. What do we got coming up? What's going on the schedule? What's coming out soon? What can people look forward to?
I mean, it still needs like another month, but that Oktoberfest should be delicious.
you know what? There's nothing wrong with it coming out.
Get
in
the
October.
fuck out of here. You coming out with an Oktoberfest in October, man?
Yeah, I know.
As it should be, by the
What is
way.
wrong with you, bro?
We're really changing the game.
You're 2 months late already.
Setting precedents across the board.
And coming out with a pumpkin fucking in the end of September. Why didn't you come out with it in April?
Hey,
Like everybody.
We're already out of the batch that released in July, so that's we're bringing it back. Yeah, so we got, like I said, brown ale's getting transferred tomorrow. Going to
Nice.
be nice, like light body, light, smooth flavors, kind of, along like the Newcastle line that everybody can enjoy. It's
Nut
not going
brown.
to, yeah. We got our stout back in the tanks. Got to add a ton of some Flux coffee to it, and some cocoa nibs.
Go nibs.
We
tell Graz.
My wife is not a fan of Flux.
One of the last.
Try Giorgio's in
Georgia
Farmingdale.
Oh, yeah.
is great too.
That might,
We love
yeah.
both those.
One of the last beers we brewed in Kansas was called Fluxinator,
Yeah.
and it was brewed
I
with
wanted-
Flux, friggin' cold brew.
It was delicious. I still have a can in my fridge.
And
I wanted to make one called Flux with it.
I don't drink coffee. My wife goes apeshit for Giorgio's.
That
Oh,
cold
we have that at the brewery,
that cold
right?
brew like sets us.
Giorgio's
all.
is
Holy
so
cow.
good too.
Do you have the sail away lineup at all?
They have. We drink it a lot.
Yeah.
It's in line, so.
I went to. They did the release party over at Rust and Gold in Huntington.
Yes, yeah, the Russell.
And-
Yeah, I saw that.
They released
Those
alcoholic
seltzers?
cold brew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but with flavors. They did a mojito.
Yeah.
They did.
Didn't they do a Bailey's? There was like a Bailey, like a cream.
No, they did
Mojito cold brew coffee?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's some crazy shit.
they did a pina colada,
Okay.
Mai Tai,
Right.
just regular coffee. It was all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So good, man.
All of it was good.
Yeah. We like their.
What else coming out on the schedule?
Let's see. Just kegged some regular slice, so that'll be back. We got a
What's the regular size?
or Blondale.
Blonde. Ooh.
Yeah,
That's our like.
Yeah.
exactly. You walk into the pizza
Gotta have
place,
it.
let me get one regular
Yeah,
slice.
regular slice to go.
You don't do that double cheese shit like up in
Oh,
Huntington?
I want it really hot.
Was Roses? And,
Oh,
no, not Roses. What's
no.
Roses.
in Huntington?
Little Vincent's. Yeah.
Little
Little
Vincent's.
Vincent's.
Oh, we were
Cold
talking-
cheese slice?
Yes.
Cold
We
cheese
were just talking
slice.
about that today.
That might be the you added an adjunct in there or something. You call it cold cheese slice. People lose their minds.
There you go.
We did a Hawaiian slice.
Oh, pineapple,
Get out!
ham. It's a smoked pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put ham in the ferment.
Just a whole pig. It was still alive,
Yeah.
kicking around there.
He sweat a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't last long. It was fine.
Long.
Oh wait,
Oh.
wait a
Let
second.
me,
fucking
tell,
heard something.
let me tell you.
This is the Wort with Mike Pete and
Better not be.
SteveGubsRadio.com. Who's on the phone?
How you doing? This is Pete.
Pete, how are you, sir? Where are you calling from?
I'm good.
How are you doing it?
Calling from Merrick.
Merrick.
Hey, Pete.
Pete, are you a fan of the Bright Eye Brewing Company?
I've heard of them. They're some good guys.
Beer
they got
company.
Some good beers.
Okay.
I got a question for the brewer, though.
Go ahead.
You know the saying, a beer's always good with a week or two in kegs.
Uh-huh.
How many weeks are you keeping the beers in the kegs for?
Like if schedule permits, I normally like to get them about 7 days in the cold box in kegs before they get tapped, especially anything hoppy.
So a full week in kegs.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Like I said, schedule permitting.
Which
Love to
that
hear
never happens. We have no beer.
Yeah. All right.
Wait,
Thanks. Yeah, I'm
hold
working
on.
on my own Kolsch right now, so I'm just trying to see how I'm going to do my thing.
Nice.
But,
Look at you.
all right,
Pete, have you
appreciate
thought
it,
about
guys.
a
Love the
beer making
podcast.
system?
I'm a long-time fan, all right?
All right.
Awesome, bro.
Pete, Pete, what you from Merrick? All right.
I
you've been
love the Merrick.
You've obviously been to Bright Eye Beer Company.
Yeah.
What is your favorite beer from them?
Oh, you want the top 3 or top 5?
Let's go top 5.
Yeah, brother.
We got time to kill, buddy.
Do it.
Oh, God. Okay, so we
Okay.
go Clam Juice,
Yeah.
Sea Creature,
Yep.
Babes, Stout. Then I'll probably go the Out Here Lager. It's a classic. That's a new one.
Yeah. It's here and gone.
Oh, Sandy Tush. Forgot about that one, too.
Sandy Tush.
Great
I
name.
like that name.
Great name.
What style was
What
that,
the fuck
Pete?
wrong with you guys with these names?
That's fantastic.
That one, I had nothing to do with that one.
Yeah, it was the
Crushable
delicious one.
IPA,
That was
like
the
a
camp
session
one. It was
IPA.
really good.
Oh, it was the cam. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
I probably drank 87 of those. So.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should.
In one sitting.
Yeah.
No,
Pete-
yeah, like legit
Pete,
ones.
were you there at opening weekend?
I may have been there.
You may have been there. All right, you're very shady about all of your connections here,
Yeah.
Peter. Pete,
Where do you live in Merrick, Pete?
What are you, FBI?
Come on, brother. We're brothers.
Maybe.
We're brothers. I live in Merrick. Come on, man.
I don't live in Merrick.
Yeah.
I got to go, though.
Yeah, I thought so. Sucker.
Peter, thanks a lot for calling in, man. I really appreciate it. Later.
I don't live in Merrick. I gotta go.
About that. No.
Shit, he's on me.
Oh, Peter calling it the 10th hour here. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Give us
You knew the beers, bro.
There it is.
You knew the beers.
I would assume, based upon your reactions, you guys know Pete.
Yeah, I think we know Pete.
I think we know this guy.
So he's not Pete, and he doesn't live in Merrick.
He lives in the back of the fucking building in a cardboard box.
Pete obviously
You're
has
not
a
far
phone.
off.
Pete is also known as Angry Pete after the 67 beers he's had.
Luke, I want to give you some time to talk about the brewery. Give us a big update on what's coming out, what's going on outside of the brewing system and the scheduling and all that stuff. What do you guys have planned for the future?
So yeah, Brandon mentioned those fall beers. We're planning on doing like a little fall festival and doing some stuff. I think October 24th. It was a Sunday, so it's kind of a weird.
23rd or 24th?
Yeah, so
One
it's
of
a
the,
Sunday,
whatever
whatever
that Sunday
that
is.
is. We're gonna try and put that out on Facebook and Instagram, get some people down. Maybe do some pumpkin carving, even though Brandon and Molly and Kira were a little.
It's
afraid.
24th. 24th is a Sunday. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a fall festival there. We got a bunch of fun live music coming up.
Might be sugar and rims. We'll see.
Yeah, we might.
See.
Is it going to be cinnamon sugar, you silly goose?
There you go.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna
that's
ask when I get up there. Can you rim my? Wait, no. Can you sugar my rim?
Yeah.
And not ask for a beer though.
Yeah.
Sounds dirty in the headphones. That's for
It
sure.
does. Yeah,
bro.
It does. When he says it, he regrets it immediately, but
Yes.
yet
Yeah.
owns it like he owns it.
I have to.
You have to. Whatever you say is out over the air and into the intertubes.
It's
I'm not the
there.
one sugaring the rims.
Just throw it out there. I'm not it.
It's not my job description.
No, all of a sudden I looked over at Luke and he went, ah, fuck.
God damn it. Do you have any beyond the fall festivals? Do you have anything planned for the brewery? Do you have any upgrades? Anything going to be made to the system or anything
Canning.
like
Are you guys going to
we're
can
not
anything?
gonna be we're not gonna buy a canning machine. We thought about it.
Well,
and then
what about
that's-
mobile?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're working with Maltman. Pete.
Awesome.
There you go.
We
There
love
you go.
those boys.
Yeah, those guys
Them-
are awesome.
them's the
So we'll
boys.
get them.
What are the
in.
specials at Hannigan's this weekend?
Yeah.
Hannigan's.
Oh, that's a good question.
H-E-double-O.
Hennigan's has awesome specials every
Yeah.
weekend. They put them out on Instagram. My cousin Emily's always keeping that updated. So
They
check
got a
that
chopped
out.
cheese on the menu right now. That's, amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Shit.
I get the burger every time I go.
Medium rare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because they're like, oh, fuck you. You're getting that eaten for free anymore. You're getting a burger. You're not getting a sirloin, fucker.
But
You're getting that grade C meat. We know you. We know you can handle it. Your stomach's ironclad. You're good to go.
But yeah, I think that's it. The 24th, the big kind of event we've got. I know we've got Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We got the Noisy Neighbors, our favorite local band playing. But other than that,
we went and saw them play yesterday, so I've been battling a hangover all day long.
Nice.
the Ted's
No
Red,
better way.
The Ted's Red is our favorite place in the world.
There you go.
Ted's Fishing Station in Point Lookout.
Ted's.
It's on the bay. If you guys haven't been, check it out.
Well, the plan is that Mr. O'Toole, that's me, by the way, is going to get a boat. And we're going to have...
and get fucking sunk.
No. I'll have proper training. I had a boat at one point.
Proper training.
I had training back in the old 2000s, and I'm going to be able to
Not
leave.
the new 2000s?
No, the old.
Is it
2000s.
obsolete?
I am. I'm going to be able to dock it in Lindenhurst and also in Freeport.
Oh, sweet.
So the idea is to leave Lindenhurst.
Would you not be able to dock it anywhere?
Well, no,
Why
not
just
without
Lindenhurst
paying
and
it.
Freeport? I'm just curious.
Well, because that's where I'm going to be able to dock it. So I'm going to go over to Freeport.
Something
and then
sounds shady. Something sounds shady.
Something's not right about all this. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll update you guys, and then we'll have a boys' day out on the water, and we'll go over to Freeport, and then we'll walk into
News report.
I just watched
Three men from a local radio show drown in great.
Whoa!
Can I make lots of shark jokes? I just watched Jaws.
Of course
again.
you can.
Baby shark.
There we go. Oh boy.
You're gonna
Listen,
need a bigger boat.
I want to thank Luke and Brendan for being here tonight.
Yes.
This is
Thanks for
awesome.
having us.
Give us the big plug. Give us where people can find you, contact you, and everything that's going on for social media, and where people can find the new the releases and everything that's coming out.
Cool. Yeah, we're mostly pushing everything on Instagram, so that's Bright Eye Beer Co. on Instagram. We're at
No Snapchat?
50 We're not doing
Snapchat.
We're too old for that shit, right?
Where's the uncensored Snapchat, guys?
No, you're not going to do an OnlyFans?
They're doing OnlyFans.
Yeah,
You know they are.
I know they are. It's just all
Bro, they named the beer clam juice.
I know. It's all beer. It's all Crowlers without the label on. And it's just so sultry. It's
Can you
crazy.
tweet out the link to your Patreon?
Your Twitch. What's your Twitch handle?
Twitch.
But yeah, you can find us across the train station in Long Beach. It's 50 West Park. And we're posting everything on Facebook and Instagram, so that's our main.
That's the way to do
That's
it.
where you can find us. Yeah,
Gentlemen,
thank you guys. It was
really
fun.
appreciate your
Thank
time
you.
here tonight.
Yeah.
Fun
Such
chatting
a
to you guys.
Had a shit ton of fun. We're gonna
Great beer, guys.
Dude,
Definitely.
beers are really good. Kolsch, particularly fucking delicious.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
I mean, as warm as they might have gotten towards the end, it's delicious. Regardless, I appreciate everything you've done, and thank you very much. We're gonna take some pictures. We'll throw it up on the Instagram, and we're gonna go ahead and post the podcast version of this on our iTunes, on our Spotify, and of course on the Hopped Up Network. Thank them for hosting us and being a big part of kind of who we are and what we do. We have a bunch of big shows coming up in the next 3 months. I think we got pretty much booked out through December at this point. We got Sand City South coming up.
Who?
Who's that? Hudson River.
Who there?
We have Garvey's coming up. We have the Warbler, our redo that we fucked up. No one really knows that we fucked that up. And by we, I mean me. And the technology was all screwed up. And at the time...
I'm looking forward to doing that fucking show again. though.
I am too. Chris was great.
Right?
I had a
it was
great
a
time.
good
with him.
interview. The beer was fucking great.
And I'm going to be up there in October, so I'll take some
Why
more
the fuck
pictures,
not?
and we'll get some more beer,
There
and
you
we'll
go.
try some new shit. So we have a great time. Luke, Brendan, really appreciate your time. This is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve.
Likewise.
GovsRadio.com. And again, check us out on our podcast, and we'll be back in 2 weeks right here in the studio. Holla!
Bye.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me?
Please hang up and try again.
This has been The Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.